and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, streaming worldwide on WGNSSports.com, and always at the game. The game.
State Farm.
State Farm Prep Sports starts now. It's high school sports on News Radio WGNS. Brian Barrett and John Dinkins take you to the game with complete coverage of Rutherford County High School athletics. Now, let's get you to the game for today's broadcast.
WGNS State Farm Prep Football. I'm John Dinkins. Rod Edwards is going to join me here in just a second. Brian will be back a little bit later on the Primetime Sports Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. They've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation. Going to be a great game tonight. Plus, they're dedicating the new turf tonight here at Siegel, so a lot of exciting things happening. And we will return and talk about all those things. And when we return, it's the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup as the Primetime Sports Countdown to Kickoff continues, sponsored by the law offices of John Day.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstirepros.tn.com.
For more than 36 years, Wilson Bank has been supporting local schools and student athletes in the classroom and on the field. We're big on helping our home teams reach their goals. You can count on knowledgeable bankers, competitive rates, and an open line of communication. So join the winning team at Wilson Bank and Trust, where we're not just your bankers, we're your neighbors and friends. Visit any of the 30 Wilson Bank and Trust offices or visit wilsonbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life changes, then it changes again. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. A job loss, change in health, or loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure that you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Stop by our office in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard or give us a call at 615-907-7056 for an appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Our promise to you is to perform the correct service at an honest price. When you need commercial HVAC services, trust the experts at Roscoe Brown. Our technicians have the skills, knowledge, and tools to fix most commercial HVAC problems on the spot. When your Roscoe Brown technician arrives, they'll explain all your options way before starting repairs. That way you can make an informed decision before work begins. At Roscoe Brown, we're not happy until you're happy.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of John Day on your side, you don't have to go through any of it alone. We understand what you're going through, and we have the experience to get the answers, justice, and compensation your family deserves. Call the law offices of John Day.
We're at Rick's Barbecue on Warrior Drive, where, of course, they've got barbecue and smoked chicken, ribs, but they have other favorites.
Our chicken tenders are delicious. We bread them here ourselves. We have so many different kinds of sides, and our nachos are really good and popular. I love the menu. I could literally eat here every day.
Anne Marie Brent's at Rick's Barbecue.
We're thankful for the customers. We have a lot of regulars, loyal customers that come in, and when they come in, I already know their order.
Bet you're hungry now. We'll see you at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, former running back at Oakland High School, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Time now for the Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by the law offices of John Day, and it continues with the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. Rick's Barbecue has quality, fresh, never frozen meats that are smoked the old-fashioned way, using real hickory wood on specially designed pits to give your pork, chicken, and beef the best flavor. Also be sure to try other favorites like slaw dogs and loaded baked potatoes. From the pit to the plate, Rick's Barbecue is ready to feed your hungry family on Warrior Drive off South Church Street. And joining me now with someone who's never missed a baked potato from Rick's Barbecue is Rod Edwards. Rod? How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing good.
It's going to be a pretty good night for football, I think, when that sun goes all completely down, isn't it?
Right. It's a beautiful night for football, really. You want a little bit of warmth, but it's not too much. It's not that humid, so it's a great night for high school football.
As Goldilocks would say, it's just right, you know?
That's right.
We're going to start with our county roundup. We'll start with the Beach at Riverdale, and Riverdale rebounding. Both teams suffered close road losses in Week 2. The Warriors fell 21-20 at Henry County, and the Buccaneers lost to Collierville 28-21. DJ Taylor rushed for 2 TDs for the Warriors, but Riverdale ultimately lost on a 2-point conversion run after a late Henry County touchdown. And last year's 6A runner-up Beach allowed 189 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in last week's loss, something Riverdale's high-powered passing attack will want to exploit this week behind quarterback Braden Graham and his talented receiving corps. Senior wide receiver Brock Montgomery missed last week's game because of a hamstring and is day-to-day, and I'm not sure, being non-district, whether he'll play tonight, Rod.
Possibility. I would, if it's iffy, he could hurt it more. They probably will hold him back. Was that the region is really important. This is not as important, and it's got a tough game tonight.
Yeah, Beach has always been kind of a perennial tough team to play, and they are at home though. Riverdale is 1-1 on the year. Ravenwood's going to travel to Blackman. The Blaze offense was up and down in a 28-21 loss to Stewart's Creek. Rod moving the ball well at times in Week 2, but also turning it over 4 times. The Raptors racked up 252 yards rushing, led by Carter's Pace 104 yards and a TD in a 35-7 win over Cane Ridge last week. And Ravenwood's defense also held the Ravens to less than 200 yards. Those are stats that are scary for Blackman, aren't they?
Yes, because Cane Ridge has always had a talented offense, and they're always a threat coming out of their region to do something in the state tournament. It wasn't too long ago. I remember them getting second place in the state tournament. So it's a big win. I saw them in the preseason against Rockvale. They were okay, but it looks like they've really come a long way since then.
And we're going to talk about Oakland and Haywood tonight. The Patriots lost just their second regular season game since 2018. That's hard to believe, isn't it? Last week in a 28-10 setback at Center Grove, Indiana. More costly, they lost quarterback Kyler Creasy, who's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a collarbone injury, and Patrick Freeman is expected to take the reins this week against a Haywood team that has scored 74 points in his first 2 games. I still think Oakland's not going to have much trouble with this Haywood team. They need to kind of tread water and try to win games, and Creasy maybe be back before the season's over.
Yes, they're on the road again, but it's not quite as long of a trip. Again, a quality team in West Tennessee that they're always a threat in the 4A. A lot of times they'll get to the semifinals, but they don't compare with Oakland and the depth that Oakland has. It's time for maybe Coach get to more basics of the wing T offense and let their quarterback grow. They've got the talent around him where he will have time to grow as a player, and the team will build on it, and you want to improve, get your offense running better, your linemen blocking well in the timing, especially offensively, and so this is what this is used for.
And if you're a young quarterback, I can't think of a better team that I'd want to start out with to have some guns with you. Stewart's Creek at Hillsboro. Stewart's Creek is surprising 2-0, Rod, and they're going to go to Hillsboro, a game that I think they have to be careful here and not look ahead or not look on past laurels. The Red Hawks showed off the skills of Pulaski Academy transfer Kenny Jordan, 149 total yards with 2 TDs in last week's 28-21 win over Blackman. But they lost star running back Javarian Otey to an ankle injury early in the game. Caleb Floyd is like the worst workhorse back in his absence. And Hillsboro has rolled over McGavick and Overton by a combined 89-14. I'm still picking Stewart's Creek in this one.
Well, you look at the opponents of Hillsboro, that's 2 of the worst teams in Nashville. So it's hard to judge a team yet until they play someone. And Stewart's Creek has had been tested, so I would lean towards Stewart's Creek.
And with this emergence of Jordan, it kind of gives them a chance for Otay to heal. They don't have to just rush him back. I mean, they can give him a little time to get back.
And then what's going to happen when they have all three of them?
Yeah, they're both back.
Yeah, they're both back, and you got Lloyd you can put in there in spots. He's a different type of runner. He's more of a power back.
And that's a look at the first half of the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. When we return, we will continue the County Roundup as we continue the countdown to kickoff, sponsored by the law offices of John Day.
Dr. Automotive is the cure for your car. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer have been providing Rutherford County with ASE certified auto repair for nearly 20 years. You'll receive courteous and friendly customer service every time. Why? Because we grew up here, and you are our neighbors. Foreign and domestic auto repair and maintenance on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, just off I-24. SmyrnaAutorepair.com, 615-220-0971. Just ask for Danny.
Since 1966, Vans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. Alton and Jason Fan are there to ensure quality to every customer, even showing up on site. Vans Heating and Air is located on Jayhawk Court near the county school board offices. They ask that you stop by or call 615-893-7930. That's 615-893-7930 for friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products. Vans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced professional staff. In the unlikely event you need service, Vans will be there with trained technicians. Vans specializes in new homes, custom homes, or existing buildings. Give Vans Heating and Air a call today, 615-893-7930, 615-893-7930. Good luck to all of our schools and student athletes from Vans Heating and Air.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You'd do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
What's your next dream? Paying off your credit card? Remodeling your kitchen? Whatever your dreams, they take planning. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack. Let's work together to come up with a plan to make those savings goals happen. Call me at 615-900-0877.
Shop your favorites at Dillard's, JCPenney, Rue 21, Hot Topic, and more. Grab a bite at Crab Fever, Sam's Sports Grill, Olive Garden, or Miller's Ale House. With more than 60 retailers, you're sure to find something that you'll love at Stones River Town Center. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for style tips, upcoming events, and sales information. Stones River Town Center, off Old Fort Parkway in Murfreesboro. Shopping centered on you. Online at shopstonesriver.com.
The Blue Raider fan source for officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear is Raider Tees. T-shirts, caps, sweats in all sizes, designs, colors, children's to plus sizes. Raider Tees has decals and license plates to show everyone your favorite team. Plus, check out their wide selection of Blue Raider art, jewelry, even golf tee markers. Show your Blue Raider pride with the largest selection of Blue Raider merchandise anywhere by shopping Raider Tees, 910 Ridgely Road, just before the bridge over Broad behind Chewy's.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Welcome back to the Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. And we continue the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. Rod Edwards joining me again. And Rod, we've got several more games to talk over. Tullahoma will be traveling to Rockville, a home game for Rockville, and I think it's going to be maybe closer than we think, but I think it'll be a Rockville win.
I think so, too. I think this is the game. They need to get their offense really rolling. Their offense has struggled a little bit. They do have a good quarterback, nice size, has a nice throw. We got to get a combination of the running game and the passing game clicking. Our defense has been clicking. They've got a very solid defense. They got a couple outstanding defensive players. So this is the night to get the offense rolling.
Wilson Central will be traveling to Laverne, and Laverne, after a big opening win, dropped last week, and they had a struggle as they struggled early, scoring just 9 points, or make it in week one, and then shut out last week at Siegel, and Siegel looked tremendous last week. While allowing 64 points in last week's loss. Things can't get much worse. It's going to have to get better this week.
Yes, and I mean, you just got to keep working. and that's what the coach has to keep pushing them, and he has to try to build some confidence with them. This is a different team. We saw what Santel can do. Brian and I did the first game of the season, and then last week he only played a half and put up quite a bit of numbers. And this is just a very explosive offense, which they don't have to deal with. But Wilson Central is one of their better teams they've had in the last couple of years. They had over 300 yards rushing last week with 3 different backs. So it's going to be a battle.
And Eagleville will be going to Moore County. I think a real true test here for the Eagles. Moore County 2-0, Eagleville 2-0. Something's got to give. Eagleville's defense is not allowed a point in outscoring PCA and community. You got to like that, by a combined 68-0. However, Moore County has a stout offense, having racked up 69 points, including a 34-14 win over Fayetteville last week. And Moore County's quarterback Dawson White is 20 of 23 for 299 yards and 2 touchdowns. So something's got to give. They've got a good defense against a good offense. And I think, though, it's important for Eagles' offense to kind of control some of that line of scrimmage as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be a test for them. They haven't really been tested. The community's really struggled. Dawson White, quarterback, sounds a lot like Santel. He's a dual threat. He has 20 for 23, 299 yards, and 2 TDs, and he's rushed for 266. His dad is the coach. His dad coached here. And his mom coached basketball in the middle school, Holly White. And so both parents are very involved in sports, so he's been well trained. So he's going to be a real test, and Moore County is going to be a real test for Eagleville.
All right, we got to hurry here. Rod, Grace Christian at MTCS, 2-0, both are undefeated. I'm going with the Cougars in this one.
I would go too. Wilson and the quarterback Garrett, they're really looking tough right now.
PCA will be traveling to Mount Juliet Christian, and I would think that'll be a tough task. And Mount Juliet Christian will probably win that game. Hopefully PCA will. Their defense has been pretty stout. They're having trouble scoring.
Right. That's where they've been all year so far.
I want to talk a little bit about this game before we go to break. Smyrna at Siegel. Smyrna's been struggling moving the football, and Siegel has had no trouble moving the football.
Right. They're off they go. Now, they had a really good defensive game last week. They struggled defensively the first week against Shelbyville. This is going to be a pretty good test, really, because Smyrna has improved. They changed their game plan. We saw Barksdale, how impressive he was when he came in, how hard he ran. Now he's kind of the main guy in the offense, and Rockvale had trouble stopping him. 4 and 5 yards, kept the ball, and that's what they're going to have to do, is keep the ball, keep it away from Santel. If they can do that, then we've got a game.
And I know Matt Williams, he's going to try run, and run some more. So that's smash mouth football. Well, that's a look at our Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. When we come back, we'll check the forecast and get you ready for tonight's game. And Brian Barrett will be joining us as well as the Primetime Sports Countdown to Kickoff continues, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Stay right here with us. We'll also be talking about the new turf out there, and Brian will be joining us for that as well. So stay right here with us to News Radio WGNS and Primetime Sports.
Hi, for nearly 2 decades, Mills Family Pharmacy has cared for residents in our community as if they were part of our own family. At Mills, we work hard to provide you with customized services to fit your needs. Mills also offers flu shots, immunizations, medication therapy management, and even a medication delivery service.
This is Chad Mills with Mills Family Pharmacy. We're located next to Toots South on South Church Street in Murfreesboro.
Learn more by visiting us online at millsfamilypharmacy.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Back to the Primetime Sports Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Brian Barrett joins me. Special night here for Siegel tonight as they dedicate their new turf.
Yeah, they are, and really looks nice here. They've got lots of great sponsors here, and one thing that you'll notice on the field here is the hash mark at the 33-yard line on both sides has been marked in the navy instead of white, and that's in honor of Baylor Bramble, who, of course, you may remember a few years ago
was injured in a game. He passed away just a few years ago, and what a great way to honor him by forever being here on this field, number 33, remembered. So that is pretty special right there.
More of the countdown to kickoff returns right after this timeout.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. I've lived and worked as a lawyer in Middle Tennessee for over 30 years, and to me, every single day has been an honor. That's why our firm is so involved with community programs like bicycle helmet giveaways and our Safe Ride Home program. At the Law Offices of John Day, we're not just looking to make donations. We want to make a difference in the community we hold so dear. And if you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers? I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too. And I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-459-2683.
So what if your roommate decides to microwave a metal mixing bowl and sets your apartment on fire? I'm State Farm Agent Andy Wommel. Auto, renters, frankly, any kind of insurance. I've got your back. Call me at 615-890-0850.
Dr. Russell McKissick of Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance talks about the grassroots effort in our local schools to ensure proper care for players.
To make sure our teams are covered here locally, be there for our trainers. Yeah, it's a passion that we have to try to take care of our athletes here in town and be there just to keep everybody playing it as healthy and as best they can.
From a community standpoint, one of the most important things you do at TOA, I'd guess.
I think it's definitely a way to pay back to our community, just to be there for them and watch some great sports too.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA, live your best life.
If someone asked, what's your more? Would you be surprised? Well, at First Bank, knowing your more is where we start. Whether it's seeing your kid's college graduation, seeing the world, or seeing the ocean from your patio, your more helps us see who you are. That's why First Bank offers you more time, more access to local lenders and leaders, more answers, and more products. So tell us, what's your more? First Bank. Bank local. Get more. Member FDIC.
I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris, and you're listening to Prep Football.
We're back with the Primetime Sports Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by the Law Office of John Day. And it is currently 84 degrees here at game time. Let's check on the Fans Heating and Air football forecast from the WGNS Weatherology Weather Center.
Thanks, Brian. We'll have mostly cloudy skies for the game, but thankfully no rain. Temperature-wise, we're looking at 80 at kickoff with winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Around halftime, we'll be cooling down to 77 with winds still out of the south-southeast around 5 miles an hour. By the end of the game, we'll cool down to 75. I'm WGNS Weatherology Meteorologist Michael Cotter with your Fans Heating and Air forecast, your Rutherford County heating and air expert since 1966.
Thank you, Michael. And Brian Barrett's going to join us as we get ready for the kickoff of this game tonight. And Brian, big night and some festivities. And I know it's sure the turf sure actually just looks beautiful.
Yeah, and they've got Volunteer State Bank is prominently right there between the 20 and 30-yard line. They've got a big tent, and I think they're having some of their football donors out here who have helped to make this football turf at Siegel High School a reality, which is a great thing. They did have their first home game last week, and one thing that looks really, really good out there is that Siegel logo right there on the center 50-yard line. So a look here at some of the players to watch in this game tonight. They're brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, as well as JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. I see his logo across the way here as well. Well, quarterback for the Smyrna Bulldogs, I think we're going to see a lot of different people behind center tonight. Austin Morris had some time, as well as Thomas Jones and Jamar Dalton. So it's probably going to be a combination of the three of those. And with DJ Barksdale also in the Wildcat, he's going to be your running back. He's one of the key players to watch in this. Thomas Jones and Sierra Satterwhite, Tyreek McCarver, your wide receivers. And Serenas, Alan Serenas, is your kicker and punter. He is a senior. For the Siegel Stars, it starts with senior quarterback Thomas Santel, 5'11", 165 pounds. Going to see Christian Fletcher, Owen Black, Maddox Grisham, all seniors in the backfield. Tight end Caleb Watson. And wide receivers, Teron Grant, he's a senior. Kevin Inslee, Drew Hostetter, Quentin Groves, Matthew Rice, just a few of the names that you'll likely see. And their senior kicker, Blake Schofield, really got a strong leg and kind of turned the field around several times in the game we saw against Shelbyville. So that is a look at your key players to watch tonight from Vans Heating and Air, along with Winners Trophies and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. They're doing the coin toss in center field, and boy, John, wouldn't you like to have one of those, I don't know, was that street legal out there, that cart?
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I noticed Larry Creasy must have enjoyed the ride.
I guess he did. Wind blowing through his hair. Volunteer State Bank is out to actually participate in this coin toss here. The official, they actually let them toss the coin in the air. It lands on the turf at the 50-yard line, and it looks like Siegel has won the toss. Having some conversations with them, at least that way, and they'll get everybody in their proper places and tell us here who won the coin toss and how things are going to go. And team captains for both teams out there. Looks like Siegel will be going left to right as we get things started. Nope, they're swapping. Siegel is going to be going right to left, and Smyrna left to right. And Siegel won the toss and deferred to the second half. So we're about ready for football here in just a minute or two. We're going to take our final time out here and come back. It's State Farm Prep Sports coverage here on News Radio WGNS, the Siegel Stars, and the Smyrna Bulldogs coming up on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Does being a caregiver for your loved one wear you out? Then Arosa Care is here to help. Arosa has an experienced team of caregivers and licensed care managers who help families make educated decisions regarding the aging process. This is Erin Keogh Rankin. Let me help you. Call us at 615-848-6774 or find us at arosacare.com.
Dr. Automotive is the cure for your car. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer have been providing Rutherford County with ASE certified auto repair for nearly 20 years. You'll receive courteous and friendly customer service every time. Why? Because we grew up here and you are our neighbors. Foreign and domestic auto repair and maintenance on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, just off I-24. SmyrnaAutorepair.com, 615-220-0971. Just ask for Danny.
Here's a question. What do you want from your electric co-op?
Fast response if the power goes out.
An app that keeps me informed. Tips to lower my monthly bill.
Communication on things that matter to me.
Done, 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 done.
I want to know everything.
Everything? Well, young lady, let me show you the MyMTE app. Energy Service Life. That's Middle Tennessee Electric. We're here to get done what matters most to you. Learn more at mte.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
We're back here on State Farm Prep Sports. Our coverage brought to you by Sir Pizza, J. Mullins Jewelry, along with Carpets by Osborne, Winners Trophies, and Donut Country. It's Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, Rod Edwards here as well. Rod is keeping defensive stats, did a great job in the pregame with John, and we're ready for football here. The fireworks have ignited, and gosh, we've got both teams on the field.
I mean, I was really impressed.
What was the most impressive thing to you?
I was trying to determine whether it was Coach Revis, Coach Hill, or Coach Fields that was doing the fireworks. I don't know. It's kind of it's a mirage.
I thought you were very impressed with the
horn, the
music, the sound effect.
Yeah,
all
the
that
sound
as
effect
that came out onto the field.
Gets you fired up.
Yep. This crowd fired up here. Decent crowd here tonight to watch this one as well. Got other games. We're going to have some reports on the night from Clark Blair out at the Riverdale Beach game. Blackman, Ravenwood, Oakland, and Haywood County. So they travel 4 hours to go to Haywood. It was a 5-hour trip to Indianapolis last week. So they've been on the road, man, I'm telling you. Rockville versus Tullahoma, Stewart's Creek, Hillsboro, and others. But the ball is in the air by Schofield. And a fair catch called for at the 32-yard line. And that's where the Smyrna Bulldogs will take over here. And your official J. Mullins Jewelry kickoff time is 7:01. J. Mullins Jewelry on West Northfield Boulevard. Expert jewelry repair, custom jewelry design and manufacturing, and a wide selection of those indestructible reactor watches. The last watch you'll ever need over at J. Mullins Jewelry and Gifts. West Northfield Boulevard on Memorial and Sulphur Springs.
This is a big series here for the Stars defense. They want to shut them down and get that ball back. And let's see what changes Smyrna's done offensively.
It's like Morris is in at quarterback, 3-step drop. Now steps up in the pocket and is going to be hammered. He is sacked by Chase Simpson.
Chase Simpson from the linebacker spot just kind of gave it was like a 2-second delay, and then boom, came through that offensive line. That was a really nice play. And he made sure he wasn't going to go anywhere.
Drop for a big loss back to the 26-yard line. It's second down and 16 yards to go for the Bulldogs, who send 3 wide left, 1 to the right. And it looks like the right end moved for Siegel.
Yeah, they're going to get that 5 yards back.
So it will be now second down and 11. New yard markers across the way, too. They're electronic, John.
Well, it's progress.
Throw left side and incomplete, intended for Thomas Jones. But that was either overthrown or Jones didn't run deep enough over there.
It looked on that first pass that they were trying to go more than 5 or 10 yards, and I was kind of surprised. This time they kind of ran a little short pattern over to the left side, but timing was not good.
Andrews is receiver on the far left side, right around the numbers. They give to Barksdale. Barksdale trying to go up the middle and gets a couple of yards. And in fact, in that, Keel Harrison for Siegel loses his helmet. There's a penalty marker on the play as well. So we'll have to see what that is all about. Grant on the tackle for Siegel. And the officials are huddled up, talking about things. And if this is against Siegel, may get to do the down again, depending on what the penalty is. And it is a personal foul against Siegel. So that personal foul will definitely keep this drive going. John, you really hate to see that if you're Siegel. I mean, you had them stopped behind the original line of scrimmage, and a 15-yard penalty gives them an automatic first down and the ball at the 48-yard line.
And they get more dangerous the further up there at the midfield. That makes Smyrna much more dangerous with the running game.
Jones and Andrews, your receivers out there to the left, along with Tyreek McCarver. And Morris still the signal caller. No receivers here to the right side, the wide side of the field. Well, the ball's between the hashes, really. Moving left to right. No score, just underway here. First bank first down for Smyrna by the virtue of that penalty. Pass thrown left side to Jones, and Jones was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, then dives forward for a couple of yards. Almost had him stopped for a loss there, but Jones kept those feet going, churned out a couple of yards.
The block was a little weak on that left side, or he might could have gotten it, broke it free, but Siegel was able to recover.
Smyrna going with 3 wide here to the near side. It is the wide side now. Ball right at the midfield stripe on the left hash. The carry to Barksdale. And he's going to fall forward at the 45-yard line and in Siegel territory, picks up 5 yards. And it'll be a third down and very manageable situation. And John, that penalty had him stopped for a loss, and then they get the ball back, and they're third down and short now. And then they're going to get that 5 yards there as Siegel jumped.
Well, they're going to look back on this drive defensively at the penalties that have really just, Smyrna hasn't gotten a lot of yardage, but the penalties yardage has been wonderful for them.
Well, they've gotten 20 yards on this drive by penalties. Ball at the 40 now for the Bulldogs. Opening drive of the game. Things just underway here tonight. 3 wide right, 1 to the left side. And a carry this time for Hedgepath and big yardage, 30, 25, and going to be down at around the 21-yard line, very close to the John Day Legal red zone here. Hedgepath, a senior. Smyrna to the line of scrimmage quickly. 1st and 10 after the First Bank first down. From the left hash, the give again to Hedgepath, and he is over the 15-yard line to the 14-yard line. And that'll make it 2nd down and looks like about 3, so a 7-yard pickup.
Looks like Smyrna finding their identity on the ground. Good block that time, 2 good blocks in both plays.
Empty to the left, 3 wide right. Either side of the hashes and the numbers. Going left side is Hedgepath, and he is going to be slung down right there at the line of scrimmage. Maybe even lost a half a yard there, but they don't really move the yard marker across the way.
Siegel stayed home on that play as he was trying to cut around the corner of the outside, and he was right there waiting for him.
Gorman again on the tackle. 3rd and 2 from the 13-yard line. They bring Barksdale in there. Barksdale hit at the line of scrimmage, bounces it right side, 10, 5, and down at the 5-yard line. Boy, that second effort by big junior DJ Barksdale gives the Bulldogs a 1st and goal.
They had him, actually, but he's a tall drink of water to bring down for sure. And that's going to be a struggle for Siegel on their defensive line today.
Grant making a touchdown-saving tackle, really. 1st and goal from the 5. Here's Barksdale, wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs on the road strike first here at Siegel.
Another great block to the left side of the line, and he just followed it, and the hole opened up for him. And of that drive, they had 4 first downs, 2 of them by penalties. That is the turning point there.
That's a Toots touchdown for the Smyrna Bulldogs. Of course, Toots in Smyrna on Sam Ridley Parkway. You've got, of course, 3 Murfreesboro locations of Toots, good food and fun. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Your score with 7:27 to play in the first, Smyrna 7 and Siegel nothing on State Farm Prep Sports.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't, because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
In Rutherford County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris, here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance. Call me today at 615-893-1417.
Renters. When you combine State Farm, auto, and renters insurance, you will save money. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I'd love to talk to you about combining your auto and renters insurance to help you save. Call me 615-895-2700.
I'm State Farm Agent Jeannie Allman, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Check out WGNSSports.com for the latest Prep and MTSU sports news, schedules, podcasts, and more. That's WGNSSports.com.
Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Rod Edwards here with you tonight. The Smyrna Bulldogs take the opening drive downfield. They were facing 3rd and 11?
Oh, yeah.
And got out of it. Kick is going to roll and bounce into the end zone, not returnable for the Stars sophomore Braylon Turner. So Siegel will have it 1st and 10 from the 20. And, John, if Siegel is able to move the football and score points like they were or like they have in the first two games, this could be a very similar game to Siegel's game at Shelbyville, a shootout kind of thing.
Well, they took half of the first quarter, and I think if you're Matt Williams, you're kind of glad that's exactly what he wants to do. Spend about 6 or 7 minutes on the drive. Now, when you do that, you need to put points on the board, and they did do that time.
Christian Fletcher is going to join Thomas Santel, both seniors in the backfield for this squad of Adam Renshaw, 2-0 on the season. Last year's campaign went 5-5 and won all of their non-region games. Tough task here tonight. Tight end Watson lining up here on the near side of the line, trying to open up a little bit of a hole, and looks like they're going to get about 3 yards. Maybe just 2. Yeah, knee was down, so 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8. Martin on the tackle. Just underway here. Lots of games going on around the county. We'll give you the scores as we get them. You can help us out by posting them on X at WGNS Sports Radio. Pass here near side to Teron Grant and up to the 30-yard line, and that should be right there at the first down marker. They're going to move the chain. It is a First Bank first down. 8-yard pickup there for the Siegel Stars, the largest independently owned Tennessee bank, First Bank. Dickens on the tackle for Smyrna here. 1st and 10, Siegel. Hard count by Santel. Fletcher behind him. And just to the left. Going to plow right up the gut. Get to the 35-yard line. Picks up 4 yards. Dickens once again on the tackle. They're really trying to pound that inside right there, John.
And Fletcher's given them another dimension that they've been lacking in the last couple of years. A good ground game. The offensive line's bigger, stronger, and of course then you've got Santel, one of the best quarterbacks in the region, and he can do just about anything he wants.
Ball on the left hash, delay handoff, and Fletcher running right side is going to get a couple and chip away here. One thing I have noticed on the Siegel sideline too, John, they've got more kids out. Looks like, I think Coach Renshaw said they added about 15 or 20 to their roster, so
yeah, that's
deeper as well.
He mentioned that. That's a much improvement.
Ball between the hashes here at the 37-yard line, facing 3rd down and 4.
Winning's contagious, Brian, you know.
Yep. Here's Santel. Oh, great fake. Keeps it, runs right side, 45. Going to be spun down before he gets to midfield. Faked me and everybody here in the stadium out. Thought it was going to be Fletcher. So did Smyrna. Gang tackle on Fletcher, and then Santel had some open space out there right side to the 49-yard line.
Well, the fake is what sold it. And then when you got his speed to the outside, another first down, First Bank first down for Siegel.
7-0 Smyrna, Siegel's first drive. They have it at their own 49 on the right hash. Moving right to left as we see it here. The clock about to hit the 5-minute mark left here in the first. 3 wide receivers near side. Back to pass is Santel, looking right side and just a bit high for his intended receiver, Drew Hostetter. Sophomore couldn't haul that in, and good coverage over there on the far side. Brings up 2nd down.
That was good coverage. I want to mention Smyrna's defense did a really good job against Rockville last week, and I would think Siegel Rockville's very similar in their style. Maybe not as fast. Siegel's not quite as no huddle kind of thing.
It's going to be a keeper here for quarterback Santel, and gets a yard to the 50-yard line. Got a Messer on the tackle. First score in from another game, and that's Stewart's Creek. They have a 2-touchdown lead over Hillsboro in the first quarter, 14-0. Kenny Jordan turns a screen pass from Jacob Jones into a 70-yard touchdown. Santel running for his life. weaving in and out of traffic. He's going to wind up losing a couple of yards. He made something out of nothing and at least got it back to their own 48-yard line and brings up 4th down and 10.
Yeah, he could have lost a lot more there and kind of squirmed his way out of trouble to at least only a couple of yards lost, but it forces Siegel to punt here.
Oakland leading 7-0 as well over Haywood on the road. First quarter. Scores just in. So Schofield on to punt. He is a senior. Number 31. Going to put the toe into it. Low kick, angling to the right. Going to be picked up on the bounce. And kind of lunging forward to make that catch was number 26, Baylor Woodall. And didn't really get much footing over there. And Groves on the tackle.
Well, this is a great situation for Smyrna to keep the ball on the ground, do exactly what Matt Williams wants, eat up some more clock. They've taken up the majority of the time here in the first quarter, and this is exactly the game plan that they're wanting.
Well, they have the lead. They can do a lot of things now. Ball on the left hash now. Bulldogs roll out with 2 wide left, 1 to the right, and they've got a halfback in the backfield as well to try to open up there in the middle part of that line. And pretty good first down run here by Barksdale. Picks up 6. At least I think it's Barksdale, and it is. Off the bottom of that line.
You can almost tell by the style he runs. He doesn't really lower his head. He's just full body. Go after it.
Looks a little bigger. For some reason, maybe it's just our vantage point here tonight. Groves again with a tackle for the Siegel Stars. And Groves is going to have to come out. Must have an equipment problem. And William Santel, sophomore, comes in. We just keep bringing the Santels in here to Siegel, it looks like. Siegel stunning on defense. Dodge coming out here right side as a receiver. They try to run up the middle, and Siegel says, no, it's 3rd down. They lost about a half a yard. Thomas Santel on the takedown. And just as quickly, just one play back in is Quentin Groves, the senior. Huge 3rd down here. Long count here by Morris. Barksdale in the backfield with him. Tyler Hajjaj, one of the 2 receivers here out right side. They go back to the well again. Line of scrimmage, and that's going to be pretty much it.
That was a good job by the line there. I mean, everybody I think in the stadium knew what they were going to do there, and they shut him down.
Ward making the tackle there. It's 4th and 2. Minute 42 left here in the first. 7-0 Smyrna. So Smyrna scored on their opening drive. Siegel got to midfield, but that's it. And then it's a 3-and-out for the Bulldogs on their second drive of the game. And Cernus, it's over his head. He's going to have to get a quick punt off, and he's hit as he does. Still going to get off a pretty decent punt. It's going to take a roll down to the 41-yard line, and boy, Smyrna was rubbing the rabbit's foot on that one. That one pretty tough, 33-yard punt, and lucky to get that.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous, and he held his composure is what he did, and ran a couple of yards to his right and then got off a punt. That's not easy to do. Good field position here for Siegel with 1:05 to go in the quarter.
7-0 in favor of the visiting Smyrna Bulldogs. And Siegel rolls out here. See what they can do here in this last minute 5 of the first quarter. Santel has Fletcher out there with him. Two wide left side, one to the right, and now Watson in motion here. Comes here to the far side. Santel running to the right. Tries to get the corner, now stutter steps and picks up some extra yardage out at the 49-yard line. Picks up 7-8 yards. And a nice first down run for Thomas Santel. And boy, that stop-start right there, John, really got him an extra couple of yards. It's 2nd and 3.
Well, that's why it's so difficult to defend, because the rush was good, covers downfield was good, and then Santel can just tuck it and run.
2nd and 4. It's a short 4. Pass comes here to the left side. Atkins has it. Atkins in Smyrna territory, 45-40, and down to the 35-yard line is senior Austin Atkins on a pass from Thomas Santel. First down, 18-yard pickup. Satterwhite making the tackle.
It almost looked like Smyrna got lulled to sleep there.
Yeah.
You know, they've not gone to that direction at all.
Ball here now from the left hash at the 35-yard line. 32 seconds left here in the quarter. And Santel maneuvering around a few at the line of scrimmage. Hit as he launches it, and the ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Smyrna had that one read all the way that it was a pass play, and Santel hit as he went to pass, and I believe that was Augustine, or he was in there on that anyway.
Well, he had good cover. They got their hands up, is what I'm trying to say, because he did have a man open, but trying to thread it through there. And if you stand up and jump, you put your hands up, good things happen on that defensive line.
2nd and 10, maybe the last play of the quarter, and the give is to Fletcher. Fletcher across the 30 and close to the 25-yard line. I think that's where they're going to spot it. And that's going to be a 9-yard gain. Moore making a tackle. Siegel trying to tie it up here if they can. But that's going to wind up the first quarter here with Smyrna leading after one quarter of play, 7-0, going to the second when we come back on State Farm Prep Sports.
Winners Trophies can help you with customized awards for any occasion. Owner Kelly Hockenberry continues to provide awards for sports teams, churches, recognition awards, and more. Call Winners Trophies at 904-6002. That's 904-6002 for the best in quality, service, and pricing. You can also email Kelly, winnerstrophy@comcast.net. That's winnerstrophy@comcast.net. Any award for any occasion. Winners Trophies, 904-6002.
Hey, it's Brian. I'd like to tell you about my bank, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. I want a bank where people know your name, say hi, and yes, even give me a sucker sometimes. Every time I go in, everyone's got a smile. Everybody at First National Bank of Middle Tennessee makes you feel so special. You get the hometown feel of a small bank with everything you'd expect from a big bank. Don't get that at yours? Come on over with me to First National Bank of Middle Tennessee on Gateway and Memorial Boulevards. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, former running back at Oakland High School, and you're listening to Prep Football.
State Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS is brought to you in part tonight by Toots Good Food and Fun, Bud's Tire, and Wilson Bank and Trust. 7-0 as we go to the second quarter. Smyrna on top, Siegel driving.
31 seconds left in the first quarter. Oakland now up over Haywood, 14-0. Started the second quarter here. Siegel moving left to right. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line near the John D. Legal red zone, and they're there now as Fletcher is tripped up at the 20. He was wanting more, a little frustrated that he got tripped up, but he did get 5 yards out of it. So they are in the John Day Legal Red Zone. Law offices of John Day helping injured people for more than 30 years. Delay handoff to Fletcher. Diving left side. Across the 20 to the 18, looks like. Maybe the 17. Can certainly see the hashes and the numbers here, but the angle is weird. It is the 17-yard line. Matthews on the takedown for Smyrna. It is 3rd down and short, 3rd and 3. Going to the air and high, incomplete. That pass intended for Teron Grant, but it was too high, but it would have been a touchdown.
Good idea. He rushed it a little bit, I think. Before he got that pass off, he kind of took it out of his hands quickly.
On 3rd and short, going to the air. Now what does Siegel decide to do? Well, I see Blake Schofield coming out. So Schofield is going to attempt a 35-yard field goal.
Good play, good defensive plays by Smyrna. They've held them, and 3 points, if even they get 3 points, that's kind of a victory for Smyrna.
And now a flag thrown. If this is on Smyrna, it could be a first down and keep this drive alive, and it is. Siegel pointing that way, and it's going to be a first down by virtue of a penalty. Talk about a big one there. It's a 5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs, and going to put the ball inside the 15 at the 13-yard line, and it's a first down Siegel.
Exactly what Smyrna didn't want to happen. Fresh start here for Siegel on the 13-yard line, and they would have to get to the 3 to get another first down.
So it is 1st and 10 from the 13, and the offense back out there under the direction of senior Thomas Santel, with Christian Fletcher kind of on his right hip. Snap back, pass across the middle, complete into the end zone, touchdown to tight end Caleb Watson, a 13-yard strike. We're an extra away from being tied.
Great play, and they gave him enough time. Watson ran a good route, and he zipped it right in there for the score.
Toots touchdown for the Siegel Stars. Toots Good Food and Fun, 4 locations, even open late after the game tonight. Boy, it sounds like some wings could be calling your name. Shaking in any sauce you want. Schofield's kick up and good. With 11:04 to play in the half, we're all tied up 7-7 on State Farm Prep Sports.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Hello, this is Coy Young, Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
If you're a homeowner with a quarter acre or several, Las Casas Feed Supply focuses on premium feeds and dog foods you won't find in the box stores.
Nutrition is our specialty here at Las Casas Feed.
Family owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, inviting you to stop by, visit, and enjoy the country.
Customer service expertise that exceeds your expectations.
Las Casas Feed is also your place for local milk from the MTSU Dairy on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East in Las Casas.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Our game tonight brought to you by Sir Pizza, sponsor of our game and Coaches Show podcast. Find them at WGNSSports.com or wherever you listen to audio. That's Sir Pizza on East Main, South Church, and Memorial.
Schofield's kick is away, and Smyrna Bulldogs taking over here. New score out of the Stewart's Creek Hillsboro game. Hillsboro on the scoreboard. It is 14-7. Let me get this back out here and make sure. Yes, 14-7, 2 minutes left in the quarter.
Smyrna now needs to come and continue. Don't break the mold. Just keep doing what you're doing and try to pick up first downs at a time and keep the ball on the ground as much as possible.
Penalty. I mean, they had held Siegel to a field goal attempt, and a penalty kept that drive alive. Thomas Jones in motion from left to right, gets the ball, carries it up around the hashes for about 1.5 yards. It's second down. Grisham on the tackle for Siegel.
And Siegel has made the adjustments as this game progresses. They're kind of closing in on that running game a little bit more now.
2nd and 9, and
offside. Siegel.
It's going to be against the Stars.
I really like that blue hash mark in the 33 for Baylor. That's really something great.
That's very classy. Extra 5 yards Makes it 2nd and 4. Ball at the 41-yard line now.
Got him again.
And sure did. Thomas Jones was in motion, and Siegel jumps, and that's 10 yards in penalties back-to-back combined, and it's enough for a first down for Smyrna with the ball at the 46-yard line. So both teams tonight struggling.
30 yards in penalties now against the Stars.
2 wides to either side with the ball on the right hash. Smyrna moving right to left. The purple and gold give to Fletcher. Fletcher eludes one tackle behind the line of scrimmage and dives forward for a yard or two. Brings up 2nd down, and we're going to call it 9. Harrison with a great tackle there.
I believe that was Satterwhite, I think, carrying that ball. We got his number right, Brian?
I thought it was 6, but I'll have to look. I know that's Barksdale back out there now, I think. 2nd down here, 3 wide here to the near side. Either side of the hashes and at the numbers for the receivers for the Bulldogs. Pass comes this way, and Jones is going to be hit and pushed way back. And that was Groves, Quentin Groves, once again. He has had a heck of a game defensively. They're going to spot the ball, let's see, looks like at the 41. No, going to be at the 46-yard line. So 3rd down and 11. Dropping under 9 minutes left in the half. 7-7 your score. Smyrna and Siegel. Bulldogs with the ball. Fake. Passing right side to Hadaj. And across the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line, right around there. It's going to bring up 4th down, however, as he picked up just 6 yards and needed 11 for the first down. Ricks making a tackle for the Siegel Stars. 7-0 Riverdale with 3:02 left in the first. First score we have out of Riverdale Beach tonight. Bulldogs leading in that one. Got several games we're looking for scores for. You can hit us up on Twitter, formerly known, or X, formerly known as Twitter.
Why do they still have the little bird out there then?
Here's the kick by Serenas. And it's going to hit right at the 32 and then bounce out of bounds. So that's going to be a 23-yard punt.
Well, they could have used a little bit better kick there, but because they could have pinned Siegel back a little further. But they're going to get it at about the 27-yard line, which is not bad.
By the way, that was 4-yard pass. They got that touchdown. Graham to Williams in that game for the Warriors. So Siegel tied the game early in this quarter. Now get the ball back. Santel with 2 receivers, hashes and numbers here on the right side. A little flea flicker pass, and coming from the far side is Grant, has some room, 35, spins forward to the 40 and then out of bounds. What great footwork on the sideline by senior Teron Grant. 15 yards. And it's a first bank first down for the Siegel Stars.
He's another player that has really come around here and doing some nice things.
Matthews with the tackle finally. 1st and 10 Stars. From the right hash, Santel the give, and Big Fletcher powering forward to the 46-yard line, carrying all 176 pounds of that tightly wound body up to the 46. Sack it down after the 5-yard pickup. 5 yards to go.
Spreading it out a little bit, doing some trick plays, kind of opening up that middle for Siegel too.
2 wide left, 1 to the right. Santel keeps 50, 45, Santel finally wrestled down at the 41-yard line of Smyrna. Thomas Santel with some fancy footwork and takes it 15 yards. And Siegel's, John, has had two 15-yard gainers here on this drive.
Yeah, they're mixing it up really well offensively, showing showing Smyrna a lot of looks.
1st and 10 now for the Stars at the 41 in a tie ball game. 6:38 to play here in the first. And looks like maybe we have a pause in play and do have a timeout. Smyrna will take it as well. 7-7 your score on State Farm Prep Sports.
Hi, this is Wade Hayes of Toots Restaurants. And 38 years ago, we introduced a half-pound burger to Murfreesboro, Tennessee using our own ground beef recipe and a fresh Lewis Bakery's bun. Well, 38 years later, we're still serving you the same delicious, juicy half-pound burger.
Toots, good food and fun since 1985.
At Toots Restaurants, our quality has not changed.
Our portions have not changed.
Our products have not changed.
This is Lenny Farmer with Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home. Did you know that you can plan your funeral in advance without actually paying for your funeral in advance? In other words, if it's not a convenient time to pay for your funeral, you can still choose your funeral items and we'll file them away for later. Let's consider that together. You make the decisions for yourself, and when that financial window opens up, it becomes an easier decision. Call me at 615-893-2422 and let's plan together.
Santel back to pass, and now a penalty marker thrown as soon as he does, and it's going to be a procedure penalty against Siegel, and will back them up 5 yards. I just can't help myself. I have to pass along this score. Centennial and Independence are tied 2-2. I guess that's in the bottom of the second, I guess. What's that? That's crazy. So, a couple of safeties in that game. 1st and 15 at the 46 now, back at the 46 for the Stars. Got twins to either side. Ball between the hashes as they move left to right. Santel fakes the handoff, passes to Hostetter here near side 40, 35-30, and finally come from behind, tackled inside the 30 at the 27-yard line. A big pickup there for Hostetter of 19 yards. Satterwhite on the takedown.
Just got those blockers out in front of him once he caught the ball at the line of scrimmage and went for it.
This time the draw play with Owen Black, I believe. And it was. Senior Owen Black getting his first touch here tonight. Moore on the tackle. 2nd and 8. 6:08 to play in the half. We're tied at 7. Siegel and Smyrna. And the big guy's back in there. Fletcher 20, Fletcher 15, Fletcher down to the 11-yard line, and they are in the John Day Legal red zone. 14-yard gasher right there. John Day Legal, seriously injured. Call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation. Smyrna having to get a player off the field, and I think a timeout burned here, and we will take it as well. Another timeout, Smyrna. 5:42 to go in the half. 7-7 Siegel. Siegel driving.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in multiple activities.
To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
For more than 36 years, Wilson Bank & Trust has been proud to serve communities all across Tennessee. As an independent local bank, we provide banking products competitive with large banks, but delivered with personalized local service. Wilson Bank & Trust has been community-focused since 1987 and looks forward to many more. Discover the power of local community banking that truly makes a difference. Give us a call or come on by any of our local 30 locations or visit wilsonbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Santel gives to Fletcher, and not much doing there. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and actually did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Lost a half a yard there, so 2nd and 10.5 to go.
Good penetration by Smyrna, kind of just pushed him back, and Fletcher wasn't able to get that hold.
2nd down. And Santel on the run himself now, comes near side. He's at the 10. He dives to the 5 and then out of bounds. Great running there by Santel, who took quite a lick at the end of that play. They're going to actually mark him out at the 4-yard line. And boy, that is going to be, well, they can pick up a first down between the 1 and 2 yard line. So 3rd down and 3 from the 4.
He makes something out of nothing.
Sure does. Got a few scores on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard we'll pass along here in just a quick second. Santel to Fletcher, powers up the middle and into the end zone, touchdown. Siegel Stars taking their first lead in this game. Senior Christian Fletcher powering in for the TD.
Good job by the line, busted a hole for him. Fletcher followed it, went in for the score.
A couple of big plays, actually 3 14 to 15 yard plays, making this a big series for Siegel. That's a Toots touchdown for the Stars here. Don't forget those $6.99 lunch specials at Toots. The kick by Schofield is good, and your new score with 5:06 to play, 14-7 Siegel on top on State Farm Prep Sports.
When you need commercial HVAC services, trust the experts at Roscoe Brown. Our promise to you is to perform the correct service at an honest price. Our technicians have the skills, knowledge, and tools to fix most commercial HVAC problems on the spot. When your Roscoe Brown technician arrives, they'll explain all your options way before starting repairs. That way you can make an informed decision before work begins. At Roscoe Brown, we're not happy until you're happy.
Roscoe Brown.
RoscoeBrown.com.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstirepros.tn.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris, and you're listening to Prep Football.
We want to thank our sponsors, Animal City, Music World and Drummers Den, Stones River Town Center, and Mills Family Pharmacy. They'll be giving those vaccine shots here before long, about mid-September.
Going to the second quarter in the Riverdale Beach game. Riverdale leading 7-0. Oakland leads Haywood 28-6 in the second. Last score out of Stewart's Creek Hillsboro was 14-7. And let's see, Moore County after one quarter leading Eagleville 19-7. That's on your Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. I think I got everybody in that I have. Would love to get any other games. There's one I just saw, 7-0 MTCS leading Grace Christian. Kick going to be taken here by the Bulldogs, 30, 35 to the 38-yard line on the return from Kylan Andrews. And that's where Smyrna will begin here. And John, Smyrna's got some time here, 5:17. They'd like nothing else but to get in the end zone and try to get this thing tied up before the half.
Well, Siegel's made the adjustment, and now they're having trouble struggling running the football. Siegel's going to have to, Smyrna's going to have to come up with something in the air just to keep them honest a little bit.
First and 10 here for the Smyrna Bulldogs, and they roll out of the huddle. Clad in the gold pants, gold helmets with the purple S, white tops with the purple numbers. And it's Mr. Barksdale getting about 4 yards up the gut. Gorman with another tackle here tonight. Siegel is come back after trailing 7-0. Smyrna scored on their opening drive, and
has not scored since. Ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Stars. First turnover of the game. Well, that might have been the old turf monster.
Well, as Barksdale was coming down, I think somebody must have deflected it a little bit because it popped right into the hands of Siegel, and a huge break here for the Stars and a chance to go away at halftime and get another score.
Andrew Varner.
Great field position. The ball's at the 47-yard line. And Smyrna's defense, unfortunately, back out there again.
So Siegel's Varner. And that is the first turnover of the game. That is not what the Bulldogs wanted. And now a chance for Siegel to take advantage, leading 14-7 with 4:44 to play in the half. They'd like nothing else but to get more points out of this. It's Owen Black in the backfield with Santel. Hostetter is to the right. Also tight end Watson comes this way. That's the way Santel looks. Now passes left side to a wide open Grant. Tiptoes down the sideline, 40, and then upended. We'll see where they officially spot it. No, Smyrna, the ball came loose, and now Smyrna has recovered. So couldn't see that on that far side, but turned the ball over just one play later.
Grant maybe tried to do just a little bit too much on that. He hurdled one player, and I think he kind of lost his balance and also lost the football. So a big break for Smyrna, really. That was going to be a pretty good gainer there too, Brian.
Yes, it was. It's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah.
Riverdale takes a 10-0 lead over Beach with 8:51 left in the second, so they tack on a PAT. First and 10 now for Smyrna. Ball back at their own 35. A little end around here, and McCarver going right side. Going to finally turn it up around the hashes on that right side and get it maybe 3 yards. He ran probably 15 just to get those 3.
Well, Smyrna doing a little razzle-dazzle, anything to kind of keep the pursuit of the Siegel Stars off of them a little bit.
Maybe to try to soften that inside just a little bit. Second down and 7. 4 minutes exactly left here in the half. Hard count here by junior Austin Morris. A little audible here now. He's got 3 receivers here to the near side. That's the wide side of the field to give to Barksdale, running, angling to the right and out of bounds at the 45, and a penalty marker on the field. He picks up 7 yards right near that first down marker. We'll have to see what this penalty is all about. Where it was thrown, it was about the area where he made the cut. If it is, it could be a hold. The head official is going to say holding Smyrna.
And Brian, as we mentioned, when you're struggling on offense, trying to get something going, you cannot afford that kind of penalty. You just can't.
Well, that one was costly. Makes it now second down and 12 yards to go. Back at the 33-yard line. Another run here and a good one by Barksdale down the sideline. 40, 45, and may have gotten that first down. Going to be close. Did get out of bounds and stop the clock with 3:27, and it is a first bank first down for the Bulldogs. Walters making a tackle, but not before that big gainer. Tyreek McCarver is the lone receiver just past the hashes here on the near side, 2 on the right. Barksdale behind Morris. Now Morris steps up and Barksdale moves to the right side of his quarterback. Gets the give and is going to be wrapped up as soon as he gets the ball by Keel Harrison.
Yeah, he was in the backfield before even Barksdale got the football. Great play. Great penetration.
Second down now, 3:27 to play. Surprised on that running play, the clock's not running. I see they're going to have to run a little bit of time off here, I think.
and it's a going now. Second down and 10. 3:15 to play. Siegel leading 14-7. Smyrna going 3 wide here to the near side. And they bring the rush again. Pass is going to be caught by Andrews over on the right side. Great pass from Morris. And they're in Siegel territory at the 44-yard line.
Now that was really pretty, and he really threaded the needle there. That may be the best pass we've seen him throw in the 2 games that we've seen.
Inslee on the tackle.
Smyrna trying to make it interesting here, aren't they?
On the draw. And now kind of a scrum. They get to the 41-yard line, so a 3-yard pickup there for Barksdale. Got a score here, and it's a Blackman score. Let's see here. 7-7. Blackman and Ravenwood with 3:33 to play in the half.
I'm telling you, Blackman's going to get better as they keep going. Mark my words.
7-7, Blackman and Ravenwood on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. On second down, pass downfield to Jonathan Messer is going to be caught at the 35 for a 5-yard gain. Hit the 2-minute mark here. Hicks on the tackle. Left here in the half.
Nice safe passes, 5 yards at a time. Only thing about that, the clock keeps running.
3rd down and 2. This time carrying his hedge path and nowhere to go. Oh, a late flag comes in. It's going to stop the clock here, and we'll have to see what this dirty laundry is about. If it's against Smyrna, could be tough. If it's against Siegel, it could give the Bulldogs a 1st down.
Well, I'm sure looked like a face mask, but they waved it off.
Waved it off, no penalty.
I think that's what he was thinking it was, but he was overruled.
Someone with a better eye shot at that probably.
Yeah.
So it is going to be a 4th down situation, and does Smyrna go for it or not? They're going to take some time to talk about it. With 1:24 to play in the half, Siegel up 14-7, 4th down for the Bulldogs when we come back.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life.
Mills Family Pharmacy has served Murfreesboro and surrounding communities for nearly 2 decades, and we do more than just filling prescriptions. If you have questions about medications, we can help.
If a particular medicine needs to be compounded, can you do that?
Absolutely. Compounding gives pharmacists like Chad Mills or Craig Buckner the ability to produce a unique dosage, preservative-free and sugar-free if needed.
This is Chad Mills with Mills Family Pharmacy. We're located next to Toot South on South Church Street in Murfreesboro.
Visit millsfamilypharmacy.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
I want to thank good neighbor State Farm Agent Bud Morris, located at 3245 Franklin Road, just down from Franklin Road Christian School. That's State Farm Agent Bud Morris, 615-893-1417.
Friday Night Lights here from Siegel on their brand new turf field. They're going to honor those who helped to make this possible here at halftime. 4th down and 2 for the Smyrna Bulldogs. Big play here in this game. Bulldogs trailing by a TD. Back here, they give to Jones. Jones is going to pass and now slung down. Back across the midfield stripe in their own territory. What a play by the Siegel Stars, and that was Maddox Grisham. My goodness, what D.
Well, they were going to do some kind of reverse with a pass or something, Jones, but he changed direction at the last second. I don't think he saw what we were seeing, but it was a great pursuit nonetheless by Siegel.
So Siegel will have the ball now at their own 48-yard line with 1:17.
And John, with this field position, a couple of big plays, who knows what could happen?
Well, they've got all their timeouts left too. So
yes.
And there's 5 yards help.
And Smyrna is going to be offsides. So it'll be 1st and 5, and the ball will move across the 50, and they'll put it down at the 47-yard line of Smyrna.
This last 4 minutes has really taken a long time. I guess that's the curse of somebody saying it was a really fast first quarter.
Who would have said that?
I don't know.
Here's Santel looking left, throwing that way. Grant there, and a little banging going on downfield, but no interference called. Incomplete. Boy, he was open there for just a second, but Smyrna got back defensively, and it falls to the turf. Brings up 2nd down. FTCS has scored again, by the way. Another Eli Wilson run, this one of 40 yards. That kid is something special. 14-0 Cougars over Grace Christian. And Santel keeps big yardage, fake the handoff to Black, and he's on the run. 30, 20, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Stars. Santel taking it 47. Big one.
That kid is so good at hiding the football too. Man, if you're not watching, you won't know he's got the ball. Great run of 47 yards there by Santel.
And the Siegel Stars make Smyrna pay there in a big, big way. Schofield on for point after the Toots touchdown. Again, you can order Toots online at toots.com, and now delivered by Uber Eats too, by the way. The kick by Schofield is up, and the kick is good. With 58 seconds to play in the half, Siegel 21, Smyrna 7 on State Farm Prep Sports.
Over 100 crispy Old World pepperoni.
Cheesy crust edge.
This Fanceroni pepperoni from Little Caesars is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, me too. Fancy isn't measured by your inseam. Because if you are what you eat, then we're all feeling mighty fancy today. Yeah!
Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperoni.
In Murfreesboro on Memorial Warrior Drive, South Church and Old Fort.
Pizza, pizza.
Hi, this is Amanda from Animal City, and our hand-fed baby bird nursery is starting to fill up. If you are looking for your next sweet feathered companion, come in and see us. Find your next pre-loved, pre-spoiled pet here at Animal City. Be sure to check out our downstairs level. Here at Animal City, we would like to thank Murfreesboro for letting us be your family-owned and operated pet store for 33 years. Animal City is located at 919 Northwest Broad Street.
I'm State Farm Agent Jeannie Allman, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Well, the Siegel Stars, Thomas Santel, a 47-yard touchdown run to give them a 2-score lead. 58 seconds to play here. We'll see how Smyrna decides to go. Schofield to kick off. Don't forget, we've got your Ideas Tees halftime show coming up here in just a few. Going to be returnable here for the Bulldogs from the 15. And this is McCarver, 20. Turns back, reverses field, and now stops, tries to dive forward, and does, to the 24-yard line. And they've got 46 seconds here to try to make something happen. Now, John, if you're Smyrna, I know you'd like to score, but you also don't want to do anything here to turn the ball over to Siegel right here deep.
No, I think right now you hand it off to Barksdale and take your medicine and go into the locker room only down by 14.
Halftime, Oakland leading 35-6 at Haywood. That's in Haywood County, West Tennessee. Going conservative here, keeping it on the ground to Barksdale. Gets up to the 26-yard line. And Smyrna, I guess they've got a timeout. Not sure if they're going to take it or not. Oh, there's a flag on the play here as well, it looks like. Or is that just someone's towel?
That's a flag, I believe.
It's yellow at least, but
And every time they throw a flag now, there's always a discussion. That's how I know it's a flag.
Yeah. A conference. They're not. Are they paid by the hour now?
No,
just kidding.
You used to not see a lot of that. Of course, Rod goes back further than I do, but.
Well, they didn't even have officials back in the leather helmet days.
Oh, yeah. Well, the horse is kind of, running the carriage is kind of.
This is going to be a personal foul against Smyrna. So that's going to
better take a knee.
That's going to put the ball back at the 12 with 34 seconds. So sack it down and a long way. Now the white hat coming over and talking to Coach Adam Renshaw. Not sure what Coach Renshaw was asking about, but Coach Renshaw, one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. Sack it down and too many to count. Morris gives to Barksdale, and Barksdale going to get to the 20 and be stood up. And I think maybe Smyrna, do they take a timeout here or no? It's third down. They did take a timeout. Let's step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be right back. 21-7, Siegel on top.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, former running back at Oakland High School, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Tune in next time for the Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. And after the game is the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show with Brian Barrett, Rod Edwards, and little old me, John Dinkins.
I see Assistant Principal Trey Andrus giving shout-outs here on Twitter everywhere. Even shouting out the voice of the Stars, baseball coach Craig Revis on Twitter. I mean,
I don't know, but I'm thinking about getting some jelly beans.
Oh,
they've been sitting over there just taunting me for like a quarter and a half.
Have they been here all year though?
Oh yeah.
They give to Barksdale. Barksdale not going to get much up the middle. And I think they're going to take their last time out here. Siegel maybe. I don't know whose timeout this is.
That's Siegel, I believe.
Yep, I think with fourth down, they're going to see if they can do something with this final 23 seconds. So we'll take a 30-second break, be right back. Siegel's going to get the football back, it looks like, when we come back.
You know, everyone has a more. First, it's a pony. Then to be on the cheer squad. Your more grows up just like you do. But your more can still carry you away or make you cheer. At First Bank, banking local gets you more. More of our time, more access to local bankers, more flexibility, and more product choices. Because getting more empowered and confident helps you pursue your more. That never grows old. First Bank. Bank local, get more. Member FDIC.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
State Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS is brought to you in part by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, Craig's Tax Service, and Dr. Automotive. Glad they're all back for another season here in 2023.
Boy, I tell you what, 95% of our sponsors have been on for decades. Here's the Cernus kick. Going to be picked up by Siegel at the 39 and up to the 42-yard line. And with 14 seconds, see what Siegel decides to do. They burned a timeout to try to save some clock. Going to get the football back here. Coach Dinkins, what would you do?
Take a knee.
You've been calling for that for about 30 minutes, though. I don't know if that'll work.
I didn't say I was a very imaginative coach. I'd take a knee. Oh, I mean, they might throw a Hail Mary or something, but
Well, or if
anything across the middle, you're going to have to call a quick timeout. You might get 2 plays out of this, in all seriousness.
Probably not going to run, but, if you've got Santel behind center.
Yeah, he ran 47 yards just a few minutes ago.
Yep. They have it at their own 47-yard line right now. Santel drops back. Now steps up in the pocket. Lofts it downfield. Incomplete. That intended for tight end Caleb Watson. Leaves 8 seconds on the clock. He catches that ball, John. I think he's going to have a hard time getting out of bounds. You got to really work the sidelines here.
Yeah, you might have had time to call a timeout if you hit the ground.
Siegel's got 1 left. Smyrna's got 2, but I don't think they're going to take one. Second down. Santel has Fletcher to his right. The give is to Fletcher. And he's going to dive across the 50 to the 49. And that's going to end the half. Well, your halftime score here at Siegel. The homestanding Stars have a 2-touchdown lead over the Smyrna Bulldogs, 21-7. Other scores on the Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Also at the half, Oakland 35, Haywood 6. Again, that's a halftime score. Also at the half, this one just in. Stewart's Creek 14, Hillsboro 7 in that game. And let's see if I can scrounge up another score or two. We do know in the second, last score we had out of Blackman-Ravenwood was Blackman leading 14-7 in that game. And in the second half, Riverdale 10-0. This is all scores on the Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Last score we had going to the second quarter was Moore County 19, Eagleville 7. I'm sure that is near halftime. By the way, that Ravenwood and Blackman game is all tied up at 14-14 with 9 seconds to play. No, it's at the half now. Just went to half. So those are all of the updates we have. MTCS still in the first quarter with a 14-0 lead over Grace Christian. And that's an update on your scoreboard. John will have more. Plus, we've got stats. Rod and John will take you through the Ideas Tees halftime show. When we come back, you're listening to State Farm Prep Sports.
Does being a caregiver for your loved one wear you out? Then Arosa Care is here to help. Arosa has an experienced team of caregivers and licensed care managers who help families make educated decisions regarding the aging process. This is Erin Keogh Rankin. Let me help you. Call us at 615-848-6774 or find us at arosacare.com.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
Shop your favorites at Dillard's, JCPenney, Rue 21, Hot Topic, and more. Grab a bite at Crab Fever, Sam's Sports Grill, Olive Garden, or Miller's Ale House. With more than 60 retailers, you're sure to find something that you'll love at Stones River Town Center. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for style tips, upcoming events, and sales information. Stones River Town Center, off Old Fort Parkway in Murfreesboro. Shopping centered on you. Online at shopstonesriver.com.
Dr. Automotive is the cure for your car. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer have been providing Rutherford County with ASE certified auto repair for nearly 20 years. You'll receive courteous and friendly customer service every time. Why? Because we grew up here, and you are our neighbors. Foreign and domestic auto repair and maintenance on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, just off I-24. SmyrnaAutorepair.com, 615-220-0971. Just ask for Danny.
Hi, this is Dan at Music World and Drummers Den. If you need music gear, Music World and Drummers Den is where you need to be. We have more guitars than anybody in town. We have all stringed instruments. We've got it all. We have keyboards as well. Do we have drums? We are Music World and Drummers Den. We also have an excellent choice of used equipment. We are Music World and Drummers Den, 2762 South Church Street, across from Indian Hills Golf Course.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstirepros.tn.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Football.
It's time for your Ideas Tees halftime show. Ideas Tees is the place in Rutherford County for school spirit wear, screen printing, embroidery, specialty items, and more. Plus, you can buy all of your officially licensed MTSU Blue Raider merchandise from Raider Tees. For Blue Raider tees, polos, hats, and more, visit their showroom at 910 Risley Road. Just turn off Broad Street between Chewy's and Chili's. Ideas can put your logo on just about anything. All you need to do is stop in to see how they can help you promote your favorite team, workplace, or organization. Find out more online at Ideas Tees. We've got the scoreboard update. We've got replays. But I first wanted to talk here. We're at Siegel, and Greg White gave us the invitation to come out, and boy, what a great presentation they're having right here at halftime.
Well, they are honoring the sponsors who made this field turf possible here at Siegel High School, and I mean there are lots of folks. Reeve St. Drugstore. I know I'm going to miss some, so I hate to even start. But Parkerson, Santel, and Garner Attorneys, Volunteer State Bank. Our friends over at JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, Rogers Group. I mean, there are so many, and I tell you what, John, it's nice to see that the communities and businesses are supporting, because these fields, I cannot remember the exact number that I heard, but when you talk about all the sports that play on these fields, not only your varsity football, but your JV, your freshmen, the middle school, and that's just football. You've got girls and boys soccer, you've got lacrosse, you've got rugby, you've got track and field. I mean, it's the constant use. And
yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that at times either,
right,
just how many people use it. So hopefully everybody will get it in the near future, but we're happy that the Siegel Stars are doing that. And again, it takes a community effort and a lot of hard work by a lot of people.
Well, Larry Creasy is grinning from ear to ear, so I guess that tells you something. He's pretty proud of that, and should be. The athletic facilities that we have here in Rutherford County at all of our schools, and Siegel included, is just remarkable.
Well, we're going to move on here on the Ideas Tees halftime show, and it's time for the Craig's Tax Service first half recap. And Smyrna got on the board first, with at 7:27 to go in the first quarter on a 5-yard TD run by Barksdale.
First and goal from the 5. Here's Barksdale, wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs on the road strike first here at Siegel.
Another great block to the left side of the line, and he just followed it, and the hole opened up for him. And of that drive, they had 4 first downs, 2 of them by penalties. That is the turning point there. Siegel then came back with 11:04 to go in the second quarter. This 13-yard pass from Santel to Caleb Watson.
Senior Thomas Santel with Christian Fletcher. Senior Thomas Santel with Christian Fletcher. Kind of on his right hip. Snap back. Pass across the middle, complete into the end zone. Touchdown to tight end Caleb Watson, a 13-yard strike. We're an extra away from being tied.
Great play, and they gave him enough time. Watson ran a good route, and he zipped it right in there for the score. Blake Schofield hit the extra point to make it 7-7. Then Siegel came back with 5:20 to go in the half. This run by Christian Fletcher.
Santel to Fletcher, powers up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown. Siegel Stars taking their first lead in this game. Senior Christian Fletcher powering in for the TD.
Good job by the line, busted a hole for him. Fletcher followed it, went in for the score.
A couple of big plays, actually 3 14 to 15-yard plays, making this a big series for Siegel.
And right before half, with 58 seconds left to be exact, this 47-yard run caps it off for Siegel by Santel.
And Santel keeps big yardage, fake the handoff to Black, and he's on the run. 30, 20, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Stars. Santel taking it 47. Big one.
That kid is so good at hiding the football, too. Man, if you're not watching, you won't know he's got the ball. Great run of 47 yards there by Santel. So it's 21 unanswered points by Siegel, and they lead it by a score of 21-7 here at halftime. And bands are getting ready to perform here. The first half recap brought to you by Craig's Tax Service. Tax laws can be very confusing. It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Craig's Tax Service, who have been with us for a long time too, Brian, specializes in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Call them today at 615-890-2233. Craig's Tax Services at 142 Heritage Park Drive, just off Memorial. Mike, Brandon, and Brett Craig, along with Bruce Hall, salute all Rutherford County teams this season and look forward to a great second half in tonight's game. Time for our stats here in the first half. We turn to Rod Edwards, and before we do that, Rod, let's talk a little bit about the first half, what you saw. Smyrna got off to a good start, but then 21 unanswered points by Siegel.
Right. Smyrna did what they have to do. That's slow the ball down, try to power Barksdale, and they had another kid came in and helped them a little bit, and keep the ball away from Siegel. The plan was working, although it looked like it was going to fall apart right at the beginning. They tried a couple passes, but Siegel had some penalties, gave them the first down, and then they were off to the races. Actually, the slow races, the smash mouth football, as you said, race down the field. But Siegel hung in there, and finally, I think with the third possession, they finally broke through. A nice pass, as you mentioned, to Watson. Tight end cutting across the middle, and he slashed between two defenders. But Siegel has done a good job of adjusting to that power running. They're really stunning into the play, and one thing they're learning is, and he's not down till everybody's there and everybody's coming. You know, you got a runner that if you don't come and help the initial tackler, he's going to break it. But they're coming after him, and so they've been taught well this week. They've been prepared because they saw what they did with Rockvale.
And you know, they have really made the adjustment. The first quarter, Smyrna did make some pretty good runs on them, hedge path, for instance. And they have made the adjustment, which is what good football teams do go. Their athleticism, though, is what's impressed me here in the first half. They've got some guys that can run the football. They've got Santel, of course, and they've got some guys that can catch the ball and do something with it after they catch it.
Well, you got Garrett, who is highly sought after for the next level. He's got a lot of speed. Inslee, good speed. Then you have Groves, good speed. They're all good defensive players too. And then Caleb Watson, their tight end, all can handle the ball. So they got kind of a passing attack similar to Riverdale's, which we all saw at the beginning of the season. You know, they can spread it out, but they're really executing, like you were talking, that they're real sharp with their plays. And they would hit them in, hit them out. Touchdown by Fletcher came after Santel ran to the outside. And then he hit him with Fletcher with a quick hit in the middle. They really look like they're a much tougher team, and they're more disciplined, and they look real sharp tonight.
Key to the second half, I think if you're Smyrna, you've got to figure out a way to move the football. I mean, they've kind of been stagnant since the first quarter.
Well, the trouble with it, they don't really have a passing game. You know, and to me, they may have to stay more with what they have to do, but they just can't give up any scores. You can't have like the second. I think the second score came after would have been a field goal attempt, and they were offside. You can't. I mean, the defense.
Yeah, they
has
can't
hurt
make
themselves.
mistakes.
Stuff like that has really hurt.
Yeah, that's something else. All right, let's go to your stats. Defensive stats brought to you by Fans Heating and Air Winners Trophies and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates.
For the leading tacklers for Smyrna, Moore has 4, Hutter White 2, Augustine 2, Matthews 2, and Dickens is leading the team with, he's tied with 4 with Moore.
No, that's not Dinkins, that's Dickens.
Dickens.
Although I probably could make those tackles. Go ahead.
Not right now.
Okay.
You're talking about the past.
Okay, Rod, keep moving. I know you're going to dog me. I'm going to give a Cardinal score here in just a minute, so
don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay. And for Siegel, we have Quentin Groves has 4. He's played a really good game. He's made some big tackles to stop possible first downs. Maddox Grisham has 2. Grant 2. Waiters 2. Brody Vernon has had 5. Let's see. Kelly Harrison has 2. Hensley 2. And Hicks has 3.
All right, those are your defensive stats. Let's look at the offense. Austin Morris for Smyrna's rushed 1 time for -5. Thomas Jones has been sacked in the backfield for a -10 loss. Barksdale, 13 carries, 56 yards. And Shane Hedgepath, 3 carries, 26 yards. And Morris is 4 of 5, but one of those was a completion that resulted in a loss, and he has passed for 22 yards. For the first half, Smyrna 69. They passed for 22, total of 91 yards in the first half. For Siegel, Santel 7 carries for 89 yards. Fletcher 9 carries, 47 yards. Black 1 carry for 2 yards. Santel is 4 of 8 for 59 yards, and he's thrown a touchdown pass to Caleb Watson. Grant caught 1 for 15. Hostetter 1 for 19. Siegel rushed for 138 in the first half, 59 on the air for a total of 197 yards. Penalties got to improve for Siegel. Had way too many, and Smyrna had some that not as many, but some costly ones as well. And that's a look at your stats, brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. Time to take another quick look at the scoreboard, our Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard, and I think Riverdale just got to half, and they lead Beach 10-7 now. That's at halftime. Blackman and Ravenwood tied at half. Smyrna trailing Siegel here 21-7. Stewart's Creek 14-7 over Hillsboro at the half. Haven't gotten anything from Rockville and Tullahoma lately. Have we got an update on that at all? And Eagleville trailing only Moore County at half, 26-20. Go Eagles. And Middle Tennessee Christian School in the second quarter shutting out Grace Christian 21-0. And that's a look at our Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. And we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll have more of your Ideas Tees halftime show here on State Farm Prep Football.
For almost 150 years, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee has been helping local businesses with their banking needs. Hi, I'm Justin Burris, commercial banker at the 1708 Gateway Boulevard location. Let us show you how easy it is to do business with a true community bank. Local people making local decisions for our friends and neighbors like you. First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 401715.
Pizza. Murfreesboro's favorite pizza is now hiring at all 3 local locations. That's right. We want you to join the Sir Pizza team. Stop in at our East Main, Veterans Parkway, or Memorial Boulevard locations and let us know how you'd like to join the Sir Pizza family. Also, we've made it even easier to order for carryout or delivery. Just head on over to sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
In Rutherford County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance. Call me today at 615-890-0850 and let me save you money and time.
With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris. Give me a call at 615-893-1417 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
Hello friends, Lenny Farmer with Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home. More than I can count, we have taken care of families who were totally caught off guard with the passing of a loved one. There are so many details to tie up. It really can be overwhelming. Again, more than I can count are the comments from families who have pre-planned and pre-funded their or their loved one's funeral, saying it would have been a financial hardship had we not. Let me help you pre-plan. Call me at 615-893-2422.
For more than 36 years, Wilson Bank has been supporting local schools and student athletes in the classroom and on the field. We're big on helping our home teams reach their goals. You can count on knowledgeable bankers, competitive rates, and an open line of communication. So join the winning team at Wilson Bank and Trust, where we're not just your bankers, we're your neighbors and friends. Visit any of the 30 Wilson Bank and Trust offices or visit wilsonbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're talking now with Heather here at Carpets by Osborne. Tell us what it's like to work at a family business.
It's a lot of fun. However, it's a lot of work. Everybody has to pull their weight equally.
What do you think are some of the advantages of people doing business with a family business versus a corporate business?
We are here to answer all questions. We're responsible for scheduling jobs. We're not here to sell you material and pass you off to a list of installers.
Carpets by Osborne on Northwest Broad, next to Tire World.
I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Welcome back to the Ideas Tees halftime show. It's time for a Dr. Automotive halftime report. And on the scene is Clark Blair for News Radio WGNS. Clark?
From Phil Watts Tomahawk Stadium, it's Clark Blair reporting on Riverdale and Beach. Riverdale 10, Beach 7 at the half. Riverdale starts out well early in the first quarter, going up 10-0. In the second, Riverdale struggling a little bit offensively, and after a short punt and a targeting call gives Beach a short field, they punch it in for their only touchdown. Riverdale continues the struggle after going 80 yards on one play after that touchdown, but a holding call negates that touchdown. So we're still at 10-7 Riverdale at the half.
All right, thanks, Clark. That report brought to you by Dr. Automotive. It's the cure for your car. That's right. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer have been providing Rutherford County with ASC certified auto repair for decades. They grew up here and are your neighbors as foreign and domestic auto repair. Dr. Automotive on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, SmyrnaAutorepair.com. I wonder if they can fix plumbing pipes. No, I guess not. All right, so we're going to get ready here for the second half in just a second. I want to remind you to join us tomorrow morning for the Prentice Awesome Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's of Murfreesboro. And the order of coaches, of course, as always, Riverdale, Smyrna, and Blackman, Laverne, Oakland, Stewart's Creek, Rockville, Siegel, and Eagleville, all in that order. And then followed by MTCS Cougar Corner, presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance at 10:15 a.m. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for the start of the second half. 21-7, Siegel on top, and Brian will also update the scoreboard when he comes back.
Roscoe Brown is seeking highly motivated HVAC plumbing apprentices to join our Next Tech Academy. If you're eager to become an HVAC technician or plumbing technician and want to improve your skills while learning new ones, this is your chance to launch your career. Roscoe Brown's Next Tech Academy is a program that offers you the benefits of being a full-time employee, all while learning and developing new skills.
Roscoe Brown.
RoscoeBrown.com.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of John Day on your side, you don't have to go through any of it alone. We understand what you're going through, and we have the experience to get the answers, justice, and compensation your family deserves. Call the law offices of John Day.
Toots, good food and fun.
Hi, this is Wade Hayes of Toots Restaurants. When I go places, people like to tell me their favorite menu item. One of the most popular is our catfish basket. Delicious fillets of catfish, fried golden brown and served over curly fries, or any side item for that matter. They're on our menu daily and on special every single Friday. At Toots Restaurants, our quality has not changed.
Our portions have not changed.
Our products have not changed.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS is brought to you by First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, Dr. Automotive, and State Farm. And here is your second half broadcasting announcer, Brian Barrett.
Thank you, John. Very good job to you and Mr. Edwards at halftime. And we're about ready to start this third quarter. A few scores, 14-14 Blackman-Ravenwood. You heard the report from Clark a minute ago. Riverdale 10-7 over Beach at the half. It's third quarter, and Oakland scores on their opening drive, leading 41-6. And Rockvale 13, Tullahoma 7 at the half. Stewart's Creek 14-7 at the half. Moore County leads Eagleville 26-20 at the half, and MTCS 21-0. And that was the second quarter score, the last that I saw. They start their games about 7:30, so they're only an hour into things. And Smyrna getting ready to kick it off here to the Siegel Stars, who lead in this one by a score of 21-7. Ready to get underway here in the second half. Glad you're along with us tonight. It's Brian, John, and Rod with you.
Well, this is definitely what Siegel wanted. You know, you deferred, and now you're up 21-7. You get the ball first.
Going to have to have a big return here from the 12-yard line. And diving across the 25 is Holt Cooper. I'm sorry, wrong side there. Apologies. Braylon Turner, 81, on the return. He is a sophomore. He's had a couple of pretty good ones tonight. Adjez on the takedown for the Bulldogs. Siegel moving from left to right in this third quarter here. Just underway on Friday Night Lights here. State Farm Prep Sports. Two receivers to the left, but it's going to be a draw. And Fletcher going to eke out a couple. He's at the 29-yard line. Not a whole lot doing there.
He had 9 carries for 47 yards in the first half. Did a good job. He and Santel together really kept Smyrna at bay.
Carter on the tackle for Smyrna. Second down. Here's Santel passing here to the near side, and incomplete, intended for tight end Caleb Watson, just off of his fingertips. That one thrown just a bit wide for him.
The timing was a little off there, Brian. It looked like he made the throw before actually Watson had made the turn, just a little bit out of his reach.
Ashton Jones for Oakland, 83-yard touchdown run after getting a fourth down stop against Haywood. Oakland leading 28-6. I'm sorry, 48-6.
Yeah, I was fixing to say.
I shortchanged them about 20.
They're
20
losing points. That's not good.
Siegel has to take a timeout. So will we. 21-7 Stars on top. We'll be right back.
Dr. Automotive is the cure for your car. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer have been providing Rutherford County with ASE certified auto repair for nearly 20 years. You'll receive courteous and friendly customer service every time. Why? Because we grew up here, and you are our neighbors. Foreign and domestic auto repair and maintenance on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, just off I-24. SmyrnaAutorepair.com, 615-220-0971. Just ask for Danny.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive offers complete tax preparation, financial, and bookkeeping services.
This is Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service. We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service reminds you that it makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We've been serving Rutherford County since 1988.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're just off Memorial Boulevard at 142 Heritage Park Drive.
I'm State Farm Agent Jeannie Allman, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Thomas Santel bobbles the snap, picks it up, and finds a hole, 30, 35, 40, and all the way up to the 44-yard line for Thomas Santel. And a run of 17 yards for Santel and a first bank first down. Offices in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and over 80 across the southeast. That's first bank. Give to Fletcher. Fletcher powers to the 49-yard line for a 5-yard pickup.
That's a good job by the line there. You break up hole and you get 5 yards. You've done your job, and that's what Fletcher just happened to get on that. Makes it so much easier second down.
Kenny Jordan with a 45-yard touchdown run, and Stewart's Creek now up 21-7 in the third quarter on your Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Santel to pass, downfield, incomplete, intended for sophomore Drew Hostetter.
He throws that just a little bit higher. Hostetter's going in for 6.
Couldn't have been more open, could he?
I could do like that Tennessee commentator. He's in there for 6. You ever hear that guy? I love that guy.
Yeah, I guess I have.
My southern accent isn't quite as bad as his southern accent.
3rd and 5, Santel, quick pass left side, caught by the tight end. Off to the races, 40, 30, 20, caught from behind inside the 15-yard line. Caleb Watson. Big run, and they're in the John Day Legal red zone. Bicycle helmet giveaways, safe ride home program, just a few of the ways the law offices of John Day are involved in the community.
That was just a beautifully executed play, a little hook, and boy, Watson was open and he took it for almost the score.
Here's Thomas Santel leaping over the 10 to the 5 and now the 4-yard line. That was a 36-yard pass and catch, by the way, to
Siegel,
Watson before on this play.
Excuse me, Brian. Siegel's feeling it right now. I mean, they're sniffing blood. That line is really doing a good job, and Santel, and
it's kind of rolling the opposite way for the Bulldogs on their heels here. 2nd and 1. Not going to matter. The big guy's in. A 4-yard touchdown run. Christian Fletcher and the Stars score on their opening drive of the second half.
Nothing fancy there. Just knock 'em, sock 'em, robot, go in, score.
Siegel Stars with the Toots touchdown. Big passing catch to tight end Watson on that drive. Don't forget Toots. Online at Toots.com. You can order there and pick up. And you can order Toots on Uber Eats as well. The holder puts it down. The kick up by Schofield and good.
Schofield comes off limping. I hope he's okay.
9:16 to play in the third. Siegel 28, Smyrna 7 on State Farm Prep Sports.
Shop your favorites at Dillard's, J.C. Penney, Rue 21, Hot Topic, and more. Grab a bite at Crab Fever, Sam's Sports Grill, Olive Garden, or Miller's Ale House. With more than 60 retailers, you're sure to find something that you'll love at Stones River Town Center. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for style tips, upcoming events, and sales information. Stones River Town Center, off Old Fort Parkway in Murfreesboro. Shopping centered on you. Online at shopstonesriver.com.
Mills Family Pharmacy has served Murfreesboro and surrounding communities for nearly 2 decades. From a simple prescription refill, an over-the-counter remedy, to a compounded prescription, Mills Family Pharmacy can help.
This is Chad Mills with Mills Family Pharmacy. Come on down and see us. We're located next to Toots South on South Church Street in Murfreesboro. We'd love to have you.
At Mills, we also offer a medication delivery service. Learn more by visiting us online at millsfamilypharmacy.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, former running back at Oakland High School, and you're listening to Prep Football.
I want to thank sponsors First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, Dr. Automotive, and State Farm.
It's Brian, John, and Rod here with you tonight. Glad you're along with us here on News Radio, WGNS. Siegel kicking off here. Kick is going to be caught by the Bulldogs at the 29-yard line, and not much doing there after catching it by Tyler Hajaj. Burke with the tackle there. Let's see. Looks like got a score on PCA and Mount Juliet at the half. Mount Juliet Christian, and PCA leading 21-0 versus Mount Juliet.
What's the score again?
21-0 PCA at the half, according to Allison Lillis, who just
one time. That's good for them.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They need something going here offensively. They give it to Junior Barksdale, and he has to wrestle his way to the 40 for a 3-yard gainer. I mean, nothing has been easy. And, John, I know we've talked about Siegel and offensively, and they've got things clicking, but this Siegel defense is really bowing up.
Oh, yeah. They've made the adjustments, and they know what to look for now. And to be quite honest, they're not respecting the passing game of Smyrna, and that really puts Smyrna in a hole.
Second down now, and we're going to call it 8. Pass coming here to the near side. That pass intended for Sanito Burke, but falls incomplete. Haven't seen that young man in tonight. It's 32, wasn't it? Yep. 32 is Burke. Add him to my list here so I don't miss him next time. 3rd down and 7. So Morris lines up Barksdale to his left. A little extra blocking, but now it breaks down, and Morris is going to have to run for his life. Turn, spins, ball loose, and Smyrna is going to pick it up. And it's Dietz, the big lineman, who fell on it, and there was a flag that was thrown very, very late at the end of that. Ball recovered back at the 31-yard line.
That may have just been the mark where the
Maybe
ball
it was a marker, not a flag. I saw something fly. Harrison laid the big blow, and it's 4th down and Florence for the Smyrna Bulldogs, and forced to punt. Alan Cernas. Boy, John, another score by Siegel, and it's probably going to be too much to overcome for the Bulldogs. They haven't gotten anything going offensively. Ball going to be picked up by Groves, and Groves taken down right where he made the catch at the 28-yard line.
Well, you're asking the defense of Smyrna to do a lot. You're 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and eventually that wears and tears on you. You know, it's 84 degrees when game time starts, and I don't care how good a shape you're in when you're having to play that long defensively, and some of these guys play both ways. It can take a toll on you.
Well, it was 84, and it's 82 still. So.
Oh wow, it's a cold front.
I did have a little news I might pass along here when I get a chance about Coffee County. They are in the same region with the Murfreesboro teams. 1st and 10, and here's Santel on the run. 35, bounces off a guy, his own guy, 40, and dives to the 44-yard line. Can you stop that guy? Good grief. Santel goes 16 big yards.
And another 1st down for Siegel.
Jones on the tackle.
He just keeps doing his thing, doesn't he? I mean,
sure does. And we've got a timeout on the field with 7:15 to play. Your score, Siegel 28, Smyrna 7 on State Farm Prep Sports. It's an injury timeout here, and looks like we're working on a cramp. That gives me a second. Sorry for the false call there, Jackson.
He had his finger on the button right now.
I'm sure he did. Coffee County football. Of course, Coffee County's in the region with Siegel and Oakland and Blackman and that group in the same region. And Coffee County's quarterback, Cole Pippinger, after 2 games out for the season. He's also a really good baseball player, playing for Mississippi State He's a commit to Mississippi State, so he wants to be 100% in the spring. And that comes on the heels of yesterday, the resignation of their head coach, Doug Green. So things are not going well for Coffee County, and they're coming off a year. Last year was their best year in school history. They finished 9-3. They had their first ever, and this school has been around for over 100 years, their first ever playoff win last year. And we were there, Stewart's Creek losing to Coffee County before Coffee finally lost in round number 2. All right, back to play here. And Fletcher finds some room, 45-50, 45, and down to the 41-yard line. In Smyrna territory, big gashing runs here for Siegel. This time Christian Fletcher goes 14 yards, and John, runs that might have been in the first quarter 5 or 6 yards are now 14-15, and this one to the 39, so a couple of yards for Fletcher on this.
Well, Santel pushed him in the back that time to get him to go ahead through the line and get what he could. Yeah, you're exactly right. And again, I mean, it's just the matter of the offense not putting enough points on the board to keep everybody honest.
21-point lead for Siegel here. Low snap to Santel. Has some time in the pocket. Whoa, what a pass to Watson downfield at the 25, dives to the 24-yard line. Man, that was a rocket of a throw. That is a first down for the Siegel Stars, a customer-driven bank dedicated to providing first-class financial advice and solutions. That goes for 15 big yards.
Well, Caleb Watson's had a good night, hasn't he?
Sure has. And now Owen Black gets the carry and gets it into the John Day Legal red zone to the 19-yard line. John Day Legal, seriously injured? Call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation, johndaylegal.com online. Ball from the left hash. 2 wides stacked to the left, and this time nowhere to go for Black up the middle. Stopped for no gain. I think that was Augustine, maybe? Yeah, Augustine. 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Right at the 20. Yeah, right at the 20. So they need to get to the 15 for a first down. And Black still in there. The give is to Black. Tries to power his way to the right just a bit and gets to the 19-yard line, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and decision time for Coach Adam Renshaw here now. Now, the last time Siegel was in this position, they brought Schofield out to attempt a 35-yard field goal, and a Smyrna penalty gave a first down to Siegel, and they wound up scoring a touchdown. Siegel looks like they're going for it on 4th and 5 now. It's a hard count. 4:25 to play in the 3rd. Siegel up 28-7. Santel changing the play up. Puts Black to his left. Fakes the handoff. Goes back to Watson across the middle. Incomplete. And for the first time in a long time, John, the Smyrna defense comes up with a stop.
Yeah, Siegel 28 unanswered points, and then Siegel and Smyrna fought hard that time and did a good job, and they're going to get the ball back. Got to move the football, Smyrna. I know I've said that. I'm like a broken record, but they got a long way to go on the 20.
Yeah, I'm sure they're feeling the same thing here. Roll out the offense. Jonathan Messer, Tyreek McCarver, one of the 3 receivers here to the near side as they move right to left. Another receiver there on the right for quarterback Morris. Draw play. 2 yards in a cloud of dust. That's Sparksdale. Looks like they're getting ready for the Game 2 with Braves and Dodgers. We're going to get to that after we finish here tonight with our post-game show. We'll get you some Braves baseball as they're playing out there on the coast. Freed on the mound, it looks like. Saga down and a long 8. Back to pass is Morris and does make the completion, and a first bank first down for the Bulldogs. And the pass complete to Andrews over on the far side for a first down Bulldogs. Well, that's something to build on here, John, if you can keep adding to these.
Exactly, and I'll give Morris credit. He's looked better tonight. He's made some completions.
3:20 to go here in the third. Siegel up 28-7. Power running up the gut to the 36 by Barksdale. That goes for 5 yards.
Cardinals have tied the Pirates 1-1.
Well, for now. Let's see. Just kidding.
No, he's not, Rod. He's not kidding.
New score on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard after this second down play. Siegel brought pressure. Ball tipped in the air, falls incomplete. Boy, Siegel brought the house that time, and Morris had to just unload it.
He's lucky to get it away in time.
With 5:17 to play in the third, Blackman and Ravenwood are tied at 21 after another Perkins touchdown run for the Blackman Blaze.
They found a gem with Perkins.
Sure did. Third down here and 5 to go for the Bulldogs at their own 36-yard line. Jones and Messer and McCarver near side receivers. Morris passes this way, finds Jones. Jones 40, going to get the first down as he's ridden out of bounds around the 42, 43-yard line. So back-to-back first bank first downs here for the Smyrna Bulldogs. That goes 7. Grant on the tackle. First final of the night is in, and that's the Oakland Patriots bouncing back after a loss on the road at Center Grove. Only their second loss since 2018 last week, but back on the winning side of things with a 48-6 win over Haywood tonight. Morris zips it right side. Ooh, almost picked off there by Andrew Varner, but it falls to the turf.
That was really good coverage, too. And Morris did a really good job there of just throwing it low where the defender couldn't get it, but unfortunately neither could the receiver.
Really appreciate JoJo Freeman tweeting out scores and sending some stats, and really helps. Especially a game that's 4 hours away, and we try to give you as many scores as possible. Second down for the Bulldogs. Ball from the left hash. They trail by 21. In motion, they flip it to Jones. Jones running right side now, 45-50, and across the midfield stripe to the 45-yard line of Siegel. Most promising drive here since the opening drive for the Smyrna Bulldogs. That's a 12-yard pickup and a first down.
And a good way of getting it into Thomas Jones's hands. They need him on that in that offense.
First and 10. The MTCS Grace Christian game just went to half, 21-0. MTCS in that one over Grace. They started their game a little later, by the way. Morris passing here near side, and another almost pick, that time by senior Ethan Yoen.
Yeah, that was a great move. He just flipped his hand out there and deflected it. Beautiful play. Had to go on jet landing for that.
Second down and 10. Bulldogs haven't been in Siegel territory in a long time. At the 46 of Siegel. They go with Barksdale. He runs to the right side, gets the 40, gets the 35, and out of bounds just across the 35-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 34, it looks like. Barksdale with another great run. That one of 11 yards and another First Bank first down Dogs.
Well, when you're as low as you can get, I guess, in terms of your offense, and then all of a sudden this is really good for their mindset. Smyrna moving the ball.
Stewart's Creek Tullahoma going to the fourth quarter with Stewart's Creek leading 21-7.
You know, Rod and I were talking about it at halftime. When you're Smyrna, offensively, you've got to be perfect. You've got to have everything. You can't have penalties. You've got to run your routes. And when that doesn't happen, they struggle.
Quick pass over to Andrews, falls incomplete from Morris. And it'll be second down now. Maryville lost tonight to Bradley Central, too, by the way, 21-13. For those keeping up with other football games. Ooh, big run here for Barksdale. Barksdale from the 30 to the 25 to the 20 and in the John Day Legal red zone at the 18-yard line. Smyrna at the line quickly after that 16-yard gain. JohnDayLegal.com. Seriously injured? Call the law offices of John Day. Go back to Barksdale. A quick dive right side for a couple of yards to the 16. 24 seconds, 23 seconds. Clock about to run out here on the third quarter. Beach has now taken a 14-10 lead in the third over Riverdale. And yes, third quarter. Sure I get that on there. Trying to keep our scoreboard updated as best I can here tonight. That's going to end the third quarter. Didn't get the playoff, so we go to the fourth quarter. Smyrna driving, but they trail Siegel 28-7. You're listening to State Farm Prep Sports.
If someone asked, what's your more? Would you be surprised? Well, at First Bank, knowing your more is where we start. Whether it's seeing your kid's college graduation, seeing the world, or seeing the ocean from your patio, your more helps us see who you are. That's why First Bank offers you more time, more access to local lenders and leaders, more answers, and more products. So tell us, what's your more? First Bank. Bank local. Get more. Member FDIC.
You've seen the ads out there, companies wanting to buy your home. But why sell yourself short when you can get fair market value? I'm Lisa Patton. If you have an estate to settle or a home to sell, call Parks Auction. We'll work with you to sell your home or property in any condition with no costly repairs on your timeline. Why accept one offer when you can have multiple? You need Parks Auction. We look out for your best interest. Call Parks Auction today. We handle everything.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Our game tonight brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, located in Smyrna at 199 Eden Springs Road West at Hazelwood Drive. That's State Farm Agent Emerson Williams. Give them a call, 615-459-2683.
It's Beach leading Riverdale 14-10. I got a little information that it was a failed fake punt, thanks to Cecil Joyce by the Warriors that helped set up the 27-yard pass for the touchdown for Beach to take the lead over Riverdale. Keep you updated on all of the games tonight as best we can. Ready for the start of the fourth quarter. They're going to the fourth as well with Ravenwood and Blackman. It is tied at 21 apiece. Smyrna at the 17-yard line, and now a whistle. Oh, I think a football from the end zone. Some kids playing out there got onto the field here.
Wow, that must have been a really good pass.
I guess so. So here's Morris. Gives it to the big guy, and he's going to be met. He's going to fall forward for a couple of yards, but not much going there. I was just thinking, of course, Blackman taking on Ravenwood, and being from Williamson County, Matt Kreisky, I'm sure, has a lot of experience playing those Williamson County teams, so he probably knows a lot more about Ravenwood than maybe a coach who hadn't been in that league for many years because he was at Centennial before taking the job at Blackman. 3rd and 7 for Smyrna. Here's Morris passing left side and way wide, incomplete, and McCarver was close by, but all McCarver could do was leap in the air and watch it whiff by his hand.
Yeah, that pass got to be completed. That had yardage written all over it.
He was certainly open out there. Grace Christian gets on the scoreboard in the 3rd quarter. It's still 21-7, MTCS leading. Going for it here on 4th down. You really got to if you're Smyrna. Here's Morris looking downfield. It's picked off, and it's Quentin Groves. Quentin coming the other way, breaks the tackle. He's going to take it all the way, all the way, all the way. Groves, touchdown on the pick 6. 84 yards. Wowee. Siegel D coming out big.
Well, there was nobody in front of him once he picked it off, and dangerous pass, a lot of people around there.
That's a Toots touchdown defensively for the Siegel Stars. Don't forget, Toots has 4 locations in Murfreesboro on Broad, South Church, and Highway 96, and in Smyrna as well on Sam Ridley Parkway. Toots, good food and fun. There's a little discussion. Oh, they've got to get all their personnel down here after that run.
He didn't even need any blockers. He was already past it.
There's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that's being assessed here. I didn't see the marker on the field, but it's going to be applied on the kickoff. It's against Siegel.
Well, every win that Siegel gets here in the early going is going to really help their confidence when they get into region play. Because you've got Riverdale, who's struggling offensively right now. You've got a young Blackman team. It's kind of up for grabs.
Siegel's got Coffee County next week, John, to open up region play.
Coffee County will have a new quarterback.
Yep.
That'll be a big game for Siegel.
Sure will.
They need to get that one.
Schofield, the kick up, and the kick through the uprights. And Siegel has a 35-7 lead with just under 11 minutes to play in this ball game against the Smyrna Bulldogs on State Farm Prep Sports.
If you need concrete work done, who would I call? Dan France Concrete. Here's why. He's local. He attended Walter Hill Elementary, Oakland, and MTSU. He served our community as a school resource officer for 9 years, and he's involved in the community.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Dan France Concrete is a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. Check out danfranceconcrete.com online to see some of their work.
Head over to J. Mullins Jewelry to check out their selection of rings, watches, custom design jewelry, and much more. They're a local business located at 352 West Northville Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. They have gifts for all occasions, weddings, graduations, anniversaries, whatever you need, you can find it at J. Mullins Jewelry. That's at 352 West Northville Boulevard or online at mullinsjewelry.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Our game tonight brought to you by JHA Company, that's Josh Houston and Associates, Little Caesars Pizza, Last Cass's Feed Supply, and by Good Neighbor State Farm Agents Celeste Middleton, Bud Morris, Emerson Williams, Dana, and Andy Womack.
Brian, John, Rod here with you. Got a new score in the Stewart's Creek-Hillsboro game. In the 4th quarter, Hillsboro has scored to make it a one-score lead for Stewart's Creek, 21-14. Rockvale 20-7 over Tullahoma after 3 as well. New updates on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. The kick by Siegel will be returnable here for the Bulldogs. And I have that as Caleb I'm sorry, wrong side again. I have that as Michael Robinson.
Again, great pursuit there by Siegel. They have really done a good job on kickoff returns. They haven't done anything to beat them except the penalties early in that first quarter.
So let's see, 20-7, fourth quarter. There we go. Got the scoreboard all updated. Oh, Tullahoma just scored, by the way. So it's 20-14. Got a lot of close games going on tonight, or getting closer. This one, not necessarily the case. It's a 28-point lead for Smyrna. I'm sorry, for Siegel against Smyrna. Morris with the give. Barksdale to the 40 for a couple. Make it 3. Next, I think that was Barksdale, yes.
He's had a good night. He's approaching 100 yards rushing.
Well, John, you mentioned Siegel using this to help them when they jump into region play, and I know Smyrna is staring 0-3 in the face, but these are non-league games. They still are going to be very competitive in their region, I think. Fake the handoff. Morris rolls out right side. Passes here to the right. It's going to be caught by Isaac Jackson, and he's down at the 45 for a 7-yard pickup. Groves on the tackle.
Good play by Morris. Rolled out a little bit. Found the open man for the 7-yard gain. Gives them a first down.
They have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different receivers tonight. Smyrna has. McCarver's one of the 2 on the far side. Going up the middle is Barksdale, and Siegel's interior line has really done a good job. Held him to only a yard there. Smyrna has tried to establish the running game, and yes, Barksdale getting close to 100 yards, but John, it hasn't been really big plays.
No, Coach Renshaw mentioned that last Saturday. He said they're going to have to, they're big up front, and Barksdale's big, and they're going to have to do a good job. And although he's got about 100 yards, you're right, he hasn't really broken one and hurt him.
Second down and 9, back at their own 46. Smyrna moving left to right. Purple and gold. Morris passing left side, and it's going to be caught, but kind of clotheslined. Over there is McCarver at the Siegel 46, but it does pick up 8. That was Groves, who has been all over the place defensively. That time it was a clothesline tackle, and has that pick 6. So 9 tackles so far tonight. So
that was a good job by McCarver, though, to come back to the ball.
Yep. Third down and about a yard. Go back to the ground game. Barksdale is going to just get the first down. Gets just over the 45-yard line, and that should be enough by the hair on his chinny chin to get the first down for Smyrna. Got a lot of games. You can check the scoreboard from our website, by the way, WGNSsports.com. The only score that I haven't seen tonight is the Laverne score, and it's not posted anywhere. Morris running, passing, throwing out of bounds. He was hit as he threw that football, and it goes incomplete. Really nobody open. Good defense by the Siegel Stars, just really plugging up the holes there, if you will. Hicks putting the pressure on quarterback Morris of Smyrna. 35-7 your score. Siegel leading here with 7:44 to play. Beautiful nights. It a little toasty, a little humid, but after last week, I think we can probably put up with anything.
I feel like I'm in Antarctica compared to last week.
There was a flag on the field that I missed again, and that's going to be a holding penalty against Smyrna, and that's not what they needed. The ball back 10 yards at their own 45. That has been a bugaboo tonight, too.
It's not the number, it's
where they come.
Yeah, when.
Hazy moonlit night here at Siegel High School.
Moon's full. Rod turned into a werewolf tonight.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's got to be midnight, though, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, unless he says something about how fast the game is going, we may not be here until midnight.
He hadn't, he got quiet and never said it again.
I picture him as like Teen Wolf, though, and dunking the basketball and stuff. On 1st and 20, nowhere to go for Barksdale.
Well, I can see him dunking a basketball, but I can't see him as a teen.
Well,
those days are long gone.
That would be a black and white picture.
1933, Frankenstein's monster.
A feature film on Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah.
By the way, Kemp with a 2-yard run to put Blackman up 28-21 with 5:53 to play in that game. Blackman taking the lead over Ravenwood, 28-21. New score on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Morris passing left side, pass complete to McCarver. McCarver first down at the 45. Still dancing at the 40. At the 35-30, 25-20. Can they catch him? They will not. McCarver, touchdown, Bulldogs. 53 yards.
Good pass. It was a good pass, but I'll tell you what he did afterwards was amazing. Skirted through and got to the open field, and Katie barred the door there.
Toots touchdown for the Smyrna Bulldogs. Their first score since the opening drive of the football game. Toots touchdown for Smyrna, and now an extra point attempt here for the Bulldogs. And the kick is up, and the kick is good by Oliver Martinez. So with 6:48 to play in the ball game, Siegel 35, Smyrna 14 on State Farm Prep Sports.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too, and I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-895-2700.
Each team knows which play will be the winning move. I'm good neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about combining your home and auto insurance. Call me at 615-900-0877 to make the winning move that can save you time and money.
Does being a caregiver for your loved one wear you out? Then Arosa Care is here to help. Arosa has an experienced team of caregivers and licensed care managers who help families make educated decisions regarding the aging process. This is Erin Keogh Rankin. Let me help you. Call us at 615-848-6774 or find us at arosacare.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Our game tonight brought to you by Roscoe Brown Heating and Air, First Bank, Rosa Care, and the law offices of John Day. It's 35-14, Siegel on top, 6:48 to go here in the game.
Siegel about ready to get this football back after Smyrna scores on a 53-yard pass from Morris to Tyreek McCarver. Rod's thinking maybe onside kick. We'll see. It is. It is going to be recovered by the Siegel Stars, and Mason Grisham covers the football. That ball, the turf made it bounce. It was kicked too hard.
Well, they did a good job of just laying on it.
Yeah.
Just don't try to do anything with it. And it went the necessary yardage, maybe even just a little too much.
Kicking on the turf, I guess at least you know it's going to be a true bounce. Wow, on the very next play, Ravenwood scores to tie it up. 28-28, Blackman and Ravenwood. What a game going on out there. First and 10. Ooh, low snap. Picked up by Santel, and then he's going to be met for a loss back at the 40-yard line. He's lucky to get that ball back.
Well, they gave him forward progress to the 41.
Okay, so they gave him a yard. Second down.
This is when you're a head coach and you've got a big lead, game's winding down. You don't want your quarterback get hurt.
No. Going to the fourth quarter, Moore County leads Eagleville 38-20. So Eagleville did not get on the scoreboard in the third quarter. 38-20 Moore County. And this time Fletcher gets a couple of yards, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Yes, so it's third down and 11. All Siegel would like to do is melt some clock here. It's going to take picking up a first down, otherwise they're going to give the football back to Smyrna. Send twins to either side. And that's Fletcher in the backfield with Thomas Santel. Thomas is out. Thank you. Don't blame that situation.
I think that last tackle was probably
Fletcher. Muscles to the 45-yard line.
I think there's a dead skunk in the middle of the road.
It sure smells like it. It's going to bring up a fourth down here.
See, I didn't say it was you, Rod. See, I was nice.
Got a timeout here on the field by Smyrna with 4:58 to play. Siegel 35, Smyrna 14 on State Farm Prep Sports.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee is dedicated to Rutherford County, its students, their families, and their futures. Hi, I'm Ryan Savage, Assistant Vice President and Branch Manager. We understand the challenges of managing your family's finances. At First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, your family is our family. Visit us at our Gateway or Memorial Boulevard offices here in Murfreesboro and always online at fnbmt.com. First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, NMLS 401715.
Greetings, friends. This is Lenny Farmer with the Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home in Murfreesboro. If you ever had to deal with the final arrangements of a loved one, funerals are both emotional and financial. You can easily be drained both ways when you least expect it. I can help you in both of these areas by showing you the positive side of pre-arranging. Locking in your cost for the rest of your life will truly relieve some emotional stress at that time. Call me, won't you, at 615-893-2422. Let's talk.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Siegel on 4th and 7. Punting here to the Bulldogs. And the kick by Schofield. Going to be caught by Smyrna, but the knee was down. They're going to blow it dead at the 18-yard line. And the backup quarterback for Siegel is A.J. Kuchara, who came in for Santel. Just kind of peeking on the sideline to see if I could see Thomas, and he's down there with his hands on his hips, and I think he's fine. But as you were saying, John, they don't want to risk anything here late, especially.
And that's when some things like that happen. You know, the offensive line breaks down or got some new players in there, so better safe than sorry.
Got a new score out of Beach and Riverdale to give you here in just a second. Morris passing left side, and the ball comes loose. Siegel says they have recovered the football, and the officials say they have too. There is a flag on the play as well, so we'll see if this holds. I think it will. No flag. They pick it up. So the second turnover of the night. This was the second fumble on the night for Smyrna. Siegel has only turned it over once, and now Siegel's going to get the football back, John, in really, really good field position here at the 27-yard line.
I still think they'll probably go conservative, and I think Smyrna would like to hold them, keep them out of the end zone. But I don't know that Siegel's got any plans on.
Caleb Floyd, a 1-yard touchdown to put Stewart's Creek up 28-14 with 3:28 left in that ball game. On the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard, Kuchara takes it right side, 20, angles out of bounds somewhere around the 15-yard line, and they are operating in the John Day Legal Red Zone here again, helping injured people for more than 30 years. Attorney John Day. Did get another score update. Khalil Arman with a 29-yard field goal with 2:59 to play in the third. Beach 14, Riverdale 13. 1-point game there. 1st and 10, First Bank first down. Owen Black going to get the touch this time. Powers to the 10. Second down, that goes for about 7.5 yards. Montgomery with the tackle for Smyrna. 4:08 to go. Siegel up 35-14, looking to tack on another. Kuchara to Black. Black keeps the legs churning. Gets close to the 5, right there at it. Maybe just shy of the 5, picks up 4 yards.
UT on TV tomorrow?
I believe so. They're playing in Nashville.
Yeah, well, I'm not going there.
No, I wouldn't be caught dead there. 1st and goal for the Siegel Stars here. Kuchara sits him down. Austin Atkins, one of the 2 receivers out here, and Christian Kopp as well, another to the right. And Black right behind Kuchara, the quarterback now for the Siegel Stars. 3:22, clock melting away in this one, 4th quarter. From the 6, Black getting that push all the way down to the 1-yard line. It's going to be about a 5-yard pickup there.
Black's doing a real good job here in these last closing minutes.
I said 1, and it may be the, I can't tell, it's the 2-yard line. So Siegel with 2nd and goal from the 2. It's going to be a direct snap to Black, maybe. Yes. That's how they're lined up. They're taking every bit of the clock as possible. No, there's Kuchara there with Black to his left. They give it to Black. Waits for a hole to open up, and he's going to be short. Just gets a yard. 3rd and goal now from the 1. Siegel would certainly like to score here, John, but what they're trying to do is run off as much clock as possible.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think they really care if they score or not, really. I mean, if they do, they do, but.
3rd and goal from the 1. Kuchara with Black on his left hip. 2 wide, near side, 1 to the far side, ball on the right hash. From the 1. Hard count by Kuchara. Gives to Black, dives in there, and still no call. Didn't get in. At the 1-foot line. 4th and inches. 4th and goal with inches to go. But just a minute 4. So Siegel's been able to successfully run off big chunks of time.
About 3.5 minutes, really.
and they're going to take their sweet time here as well. Kuchara waiting, twiddling his thumbs now even. 4th and goal. Inches to go. Black stopped by the Smyrna defense. Lost a yard, and Smyrna's going to take over at the 3. Well, we'll call it 2.5. But only 27 seconds to go, and I would say they're going to take a knee here. And our ball game will draw to a completion. Siegel going to improve to 3-0. We're going to the 4th quarter in that Riverdale Beach game with your score: Beach 14, Riverdale 13. Get the Smyrna offense back out there. Big crowds at all of the games tonight. It's been unbelievable crowds here this year. Here's the draw play. Get a couple of yards up to the 5-yard line. And that's going to run the clock out here, it looks like. And the clock's still moving with 14 seconds, and that's going to be the conclusion here of this football game. So the Siegel Stars 3-0 with a victory over the Smyrna Bulldogs. Your final score tonight: Siegel 35, Smyrna 14. And the fireworks exploding in the air here after the Siegel victory here this evening over the Bulldogs. We've got a lot of information headed your way. Coming up next, it's your Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show. That's next, right here on State Farm Prep Sports.
Hi, this is Amanda from Animal City. We need to be especially mindful to protect our pets from fleas and ticks. Here at Animal City, we carry a variety of products to keep your dog and cat safe. In addition to products that will directly protect your pet, we carry a variety of items to keep your home safe as well. Here at Animal City, we would like to thank Murfreesboro for letting us be your family-owned and operated pet store for 33 years. You can find us at Animal City at 919 Northwest Broad.
Hey, I'm Jack Hayes, here with my dad Nick and my granddad Pops.
In 1985, when we opened our doors, we had one kids item on the menu. It was a hot dog. But today we have one of the most popular kids items in Rutherford County. What's your favorite item, Jack?
Chicken fingers, curly fries, and our homemade barbecue sauce.
At Toots Restaurants, our quality has not changed.
Our portions have not changed.
Our products have not changed.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstireprostn.com.
For more than 36 years, Wilson Bank & Trust has been proud to serve communities all across Tennessee. As an independent local bank, we provide banking products competitive with large banks, but delivered with personalized local service. Wilson Bank & Trust has been community-focused since 1987 and looks forward to many more. Discover the power of local community banking that truly makes a difference. Give us a call or come on by any of our local 30 locations or visit wilsonbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Don't let concerns about today's events derail your long-term financial strategy. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, and I'm here to help. We can work together to understand the impact of these events and make sure that your goals are top of mind. While you can't control market volatility, we'll help focus on what you can control. We can connect in several virtual ways. Start by giving me a call at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
If you are sweltering through the heat, then call Roscoe Brown to get the $99 special on an AC repair evaluation. And if Roscoe Brown does the work, the $99 evaluation charge is waived. This is a limited time offer. We can fix your AC, so don't sweat it. Call Roscoe Brown quickly and ask for the $99 special. Call us at 615-893-6972 or visit RoscoeBrown.com.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Jeannie Allman, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Welcome back to Siegel High School. Victorious tonight here at Ken Nolan Stadium and Siegel High School. A brand new turf christened tonight. First official game was last week in the win over Laverne, and now the rival from North Rutherford County, Smyrna, falls 35-14 in this one tonight. It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show for you now. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, they service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. You can rely on the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air to keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call 890-1311 or check them out online at PrenticeAllsup.com. They're on West College Street, and I'll tell you a true testimonial here. By the way, I had, it was 2 weekends ago, I guess, so not the really hot weekend, but it was a little warm on Saturday. Sunday, it was 82 degrees in my house. And on a Sunday afternoon, I called Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, and they said, well, we'll try to get there today. If worst case scenario, tomorrow. Guy comes about 3:30 in the afternoon. Takes about, 10 minutes. Gets me back up and running. It was a little capacitor or something like that that needed to be replaced. But tell you what, you don't get that service just anywhere. That's Prentice Allsup Heating and Air. I've trusted them for 25 years, so you can too. John, big win tonight here for Siegel on their home field, 35-14. A few other finals, Oakland over Haywood, 48-6. Just got a new final. Wilson Central beat Laverne tonight, 28-14. Some other scores. Ravenwood has just scored with about under 4 minutes to play. They lead Blackman 35-28. Riverdale, Armand, with his third field goal of the night, gives Riverdale the lead, 16-14. That one getting kind of late. Tullahoma has come back. They were trailing. Let me look back here at this text because that's important. At the end of the third quarter, Rockvale led 20-7. Tullahoma scored with the 10-minute mark. At the 8:55 mark, to take a 21-20 lead, and they now lead 28-20 with 3:43 left in the game.
Sounds like a turnover, a couple of turnovers there.
Sounds like something has gone horribly wrong, so hopefully Rockvale can get a score. Last score we had out of Stewart's Creek, they were leading Hillsboro 28-14. Moore County 45, Eagleville 20. That's in the fourth quarter. MTCS handing Grace Christian a 35-7 score late in the well, let's see, that is start of the fourth quarter, and that's a look at your scoreboard as we have it. Someone sent us an email about the PCA score, and see if I can't run that down, thanks to Michael Hackney for the Laverne score as well. So there you go, some of the scores. We'll run over those one more time, hopefully have some more finals for you here on the night. But, John, I guess we'll turn things over to you here to run through some stats with Rod and Sir Pizza replays and more. So take it away.
Yeah, Sir Pizza replay coming up now. It started with Smyrna getting on the scoreboard first. 7:27 to go in the first quarter. A 5-yard TD run by Barksdale.
Sir Pizza game replays.
First and goal from the 5. Here's Barksdale wide open into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs on the road strike first here at Siegel.
Another great block to the left side of the line, and he just followed it, and the hole opened up for him. And of that drive, they had 4 first downs, 2 of them by penalties. That is the turning point there. But then things turned. Siegel scored their first of, I think, 35 points. Yes. They had a 13-yard TD pass by Santel to Watson.
Sir Pizza game replays.
Of senior Thomas Santel with Christian Fletcher kind of on his right hip. Snap back, pass across the middle, complete into the end zone. Touchdown to tight end Caleb Watson, a 13-yard strike. We're an extra away from being tied.
Great play, and they gave him enough time. Watson ran a good route, and he zipped it right in there for the score. That made it 7-7. Then Siegel came back again, 5:20 to go in the second quarter on this 4-yard run by Christian Fletcher.
Sir Pizza game replays.
Santel to Fletcher, powers up the middle and into the end zone, touchdown. Siegel Stars taking their first lead in this game. Senior Christian Fletcher powering in for the TD.
Good job by the line, busted a hole for him. Fletcher followed it, went in for the score.
A couple of big plays, actually 3 14 to 15-yard plays, making this a big series for Siegel.
And then with 58 seconds to go in the half, a 47-yard run by Santel, a thing of beauty.
Sir Pizza game replays.
And Santel keeps big yardage, fake the handoff to Black, and he's on the run. 30, 20, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown! Stars! Santel taking it 47. Big one.
That kid is so good at hiding the football, too. Man, if you're not watching, you won't know he's got the ball. Great run of 47 yards there by Santel. And with 9:16 to go in the third, as it was 21-7 at half, Fletcher again scores on a 4-yard run.
Sir Pizza game replays.
Bulldogs on their heels here. Sackett and 1. Not going to matter. The big guy's in. A 4-yard touchdown run. Christian Fletcher and the Stars score on their opening drive of the second half.
Nothing fancy there. Just knock 'em, sock 'em, robot, go in, score. And that made it 28-7. Then Siegel's final score came with 10:59 to go in the fourth. Interception and run back by Quentin Groves of 84 yards.
Sir Pizza game replays.
Going for it here on fourth down. You really got to if you're Smyrna. Here's Morris looking downfield. It's picked off. And it's Quentin Groves. Quentin coming the other way, breaks the tackle. He's going to take it all the way. All the way. All the way. Groves, touchdown on the pick six. 84 yards.
No quit in Smyrna, though, with 6:48 to go in the game. This pass from Morris to McCarver.
Sir Pizza game replays.
Morris passing left side, pass complete to McCarver. McCarver first down at the 45. Still dancing at the 40. At the 35-30. 25-20. Can they catch him? They will not. McCarver touchdown. Bulldogs. 53 yards.
Good pass. It was a good pass, but I'll tell you what he did afterwards was amazing. And that comes up with your final score of 35-14. Siegel wins it. Now it's time to take a look at our defensive stats. By the way, those were the Sir Pizza replays.
We do it your way at Sir Pizza.
That's your Sir Pizza game replays. Be sure to check out WGNSSports.com for the podcast of the game and Sir Pizza for your next family night. Serving since 1965 with the best pizza in Rutherford County. They're ready to feed your hungry family on Memorial Boulevard, South Church at Veterans Parkway, and on East Main Street. Sir Pizza, good to the very edge.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
Rod has the defensive stats now, brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, a JHA company, Josh Houston and Associates, and Winners Trophies. And Rod, Siegel pretty impressive tonight.
They are, very much so. Basically, Smyrna had to defend the whole field. I mean, they were in the middle, they were going outside with the run, with the passes, hitting the tight end in the middle. And so they just really kept them off balance and got good athletes. And, you know, one of the things, too, the way Santel hides the ball, keeps it, you know, you know, he can keep the ball or give it to the runner. A lot of times you'll see him push the runner.
Yeah.
Kind of let him know you go with it.
Yeah, he's totally under control of this football team. And, again, I mentioned many times, when you have an experienced senior quarterback, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yes.
All right, defensive stats, Rod.
Okay, for the Smyrna Bulldogs, The leading tackler was Thomas Jones with 5. Augustine and Moore had 4. Dickens had 4. Woodall had 3, and Martin had 3. For the Stars, let's see, we have Brody Garman had 6. Harrison had 4. Hicks had 4. Inslee 3. Grant 3. Grisham 3. But I want to shout out for Quentin Groves, 9 tackles and a pick 6. Took it back 84 yards. He was all over the place defensively.
Great athlete,
yes.
Quentin Groves, that's for sure. The stats offensively goes like this. Austin Morris, 1 carry, -5. Thomas Jones, 4 carries, 2 yards. And that's another thing, Rod, I think if they can get him more involved in the offense a little bit too.
Yes.
Great runner. Barksdale, 21 carries, 98 yards. And Hedgepath, 3 carries, 26 yards. Austin Morris was 9 of 18 for 106 yards. He did throw a pick 6, but 106 yards. So that's a positive to look forward to. They rushed for 69 in the first, 80 in the second for 149 yards. 22 passing, 84 in the second half for 106 for a total of 255 yards. For the Siegel Stars, Thomas Santel leading the way, 10 carries, 110 yards. He also was 6 of 14 for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Caleb Watson is one of his favorite targets tonight. We also had the interception by Groves that led to another score. Fletcher, 16 carries, 78 yards. He's a very good complement to Santel. Owen Black, 9 carries, 27 yards. And Santel, as we mentioned, 6 of 14 for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that's a look at the stats brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, and Winners Trophies. And now to wrap things up for this game on a very nice, lovely night here at Siegel High School.
All right, John, I did get some news on that Rockvale game from Coach Hockenberry, he normally does most of the tweeting during football, but he had to run the clock tonight. Somebody couldn't be there, and all of a sudden, but so I gave you the score going to the fourth quarter. It was 20-7 Rockvale. Turnovers, he said, killed us. They had a good kicker punter as well. 2 turnovers and a pick in the fourth quarter in the last 10 minutes. They lose tonight to Tullahoma 28-20 final score. So that's gonna sting.
That's going to leave a mark right there.
Yes. Got the other scores to pass along. Still a couple of games in progress, but appreciate you guys tonight. We will be back at it next week. We're going to Stewart's Creek, Rockvale at Stewart's Creek. That looks to be a really good one out there as well. So here are the scores that we have tonight. Actually, still about 3 games that are out, but it's getting late. Riverdale leading Beach 16-14, and I don't know exactly how much time is left in that, but not a lot. Also, last score we had in the fourth quarter, MTCS 35, Grace Christian 7. So it looks like the Cougars are on their way to a victory there. So, final scores tonight. Ravenwood holds on and beats Blackman by a final of 35-28. Oakland had an easy time on the road at Haywood, 48-6. Again, it was Tullahoma defeating Rockvale 28-20 tonight. Stewart's Creek a win over Hillsboro on the road, 28-14. The final score there. Wilson Central by that same score, 28-14, beats the Laverne Wolverines. Moore County over the Eagleville Eagles by a final of 45-20. And we had a halftime score for PCA. They led 21-0 at the half, so we'll see if we can't run that down before tomorrow morning. And the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner will be on the air bright and early at 8 o'clock. MTCS Cougar Corner to follow at 10:15 or so. All right. If that wasn't enough sports for you, stay up late. Enjoy the Braves. The Braves and Dodgers are coming up next here on State Farm Prep Sports. For John Dinkins, for Rod Edwards, and for our producer, Jackson Smith, I'm Brian Barrett. From Siegel High School and Ken Nolan Stadium, again, our final score, Siegel Stars 35, Smyrna Bulldogs 14. So long until the next time we meet at the game.
Rutherford County's biggest sports events are on News Radio WGNS, FM 101.9, FM 100.5, AM 1450, streaming at WGNSSports.com, on our iPhone and Android apps, and always at the game.
Next, another special News Radio WGNS broadcast. Next, another special News Radio WGNS broadcast.